team, now stand your ground. In every battle, victory's found. With every clash, your hero shine bright. Professor X, you're worth the fight. Unlock the light, the greatest of all. Through all the chaos, you'll stand tall. Build your team and rise to the test. Professor X, unlock your best. Defeat the giants, break through the fight, and claim the prize. Your new champion of might. The final boss is near, but you've come so far. With every battle victory, you raise the bar. With every clash, your heroes shine bright. Professor X, you're worth the fight. Unlock the light, the greatest of all. Through all the chaos, you'll stand tall. Build your team and rise to the test. Professor X, unlock your best. Defeat the giants, break through the fight, and claim the prize. Your new champion of might. Unlock the mind, you've earned a prize. Professor X, the master of the mind. The master of the mind. Unlock the mind, the greatest of all. Through all the chaos, you'll stand tall. Build your team and rise to the test. Professor X, unlock your best, a best. Defeat the giants, break through the fight, and claim the prize. Your new champion of might. Unlock the mind, you've earned your prize. Professor X, the master of the mind. Battle World took 2 years just to fucking flop. Nothing but autoplay, this is slots. Spec Ops so bad it got dropped. Weekly Battle World screeching stop. Battle World took 2 years just to fucking flop. Make your A 2.0 without sim. This mode was never gonna win. Not like this whole thing was sink or swim. A new game mode or necrotic limb. What about no who made him? Battle World took 2 years just to fucking flop. Battle World took 3 years just to fucking flop. Nothing but autoplay, this is slow. Back up so bad it got dropped. Weekly Battle World screeching stop. Battle World took 2 years just to fucking flop. The Battle World took Tim's every team. More like a pile of shitty steam. Or we'll rip apart at the goddamn scene. And even in war countered by 14 things. Astral Wind's looking very lean. Battle World took 2 years.
How's it going, everybody? Sorry, I'm going to be in and out of the camp because I am incredibly sick. That's why I didn't stream Quasar last night. That's why I didn't stream at all yesterday, actually. I'm just dying. Yeah, I think it's COVID again. Gotta love it. My wife had it, so pretty sure I got it back. Woo, super fun. Love it. It's the best.
And then, what about
Speaking of which, one second.
my god, guys, this fight fucking blows. 10 million
All right, let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet or whatever, and I'll adjust it as we go.
no speed
A
control.
2-week vacation? God, I wish. Just like wheezing for breath. Last night was horrible sleep. A horrible sleep. Actually, I need to go get some lozenges at some point. It is a participation trophy, and we did foresee that, right? When we went and looked at the notes, like there's nothing complicated here. Thunderbolts are literally just garbage. It's not. It's missing the mark in a lot of spots. However, we play devil's advocate. It's also not the worst thing in the world right now, given negative zone, given the danger room. Like, there's a lot of stuff people could be doing right now. So, I guess it's good that they don't have an event that is just going to be monopolizing everyone's entire time. But you guys know how I feel with Scourges. I like Danger Room, don't get me wrong. But Danger Room is just a grind, right? You grind it out, and that's the rogue light aspect of it. You just grind it out. I want a game mode where it takes brain power not build power. And we don't have that, right? Yeah, Professor X today. Let's go, sweet. Yeah, no, here's the thing. I really do think that the Red Stars and Quasar being super low is good. I think they added the milestones for Gear to 20 because of everything that we were bringing up, and I appreciate that. I appreciate them kind of doing that olive branch. I think that they probably should have extended the milestone points all the way to, I don't know, 2,500,000, and they should have had up to difficulty 13, because I don't think the nodes themselves are just like stupid dumb and there's no way you could fail it. Like, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's more likely that we don't have the right scaling for it. Yeah. And yeah, if this is going to be the Scourge repeated every month, then it's going to just suck. I'm sorry, it is just going to suck. It's not going to suck. It's going to be boring. Yeah, Danger Room is like a different kind of gameplay, so I do appreciate the freshness of it, but it doesn't replace what Scourges once were for a person who loves the gameplay. Yeah, I think the Red Stars, giving away the Red Stars is perfectly acceptable. I wish that there was something else to chase. At the end of the day, okay, this is what I would really want for a game like that. I'd really want a skin. I'd really want a Quasar skin the same way we got Goblin and Black Cat skins, and you put that in the leaderboards. And I put this as feedback. I was like, if you get rank 1 to 50 on one Scourge, you unlock the costume right away. If you get, ranks 50 to 200, you'll unlock the skin on the second attempt, on the second Scourge run. And if you're 200 to 500, you lock it on the third attempt. And that way people will choose when they want to push, if they want to push at all, to get the skin early. Like, something like that. I don't know. And maybe have a frame for every single one. It shouldn't be the very kind of bland frame that it is. It should be a Vigilante or Thunderbolt themed skin or frame. Or better yet, a portrait. Right? It doesn't have to be a character portrait. It could be a player portrait. But something that is just a little bit more enticing, because frames don't seem to be doing it. Does Steven not have his sword? That's just wrong. What happened? I think you got banned up from the wheel. Packs that make it easier to take away points, and packs that make it harder to give. So the problem, okay, so I actually have to wait till the raid is finished. When our raid is finished, then I'll be able to do this. I actually think that they don't need to do that, but what they need to do is not have the same two modes for the two teams, right? So the same mode for the two teams. I'm not gonna do it again. I already got all the milestones. What was I saying? Oh right, he's a Harbinger. Fuck, what was I saying? It should have been like Vigilante and Starjammers, and there should have been Crucible rules on, War rules on, and Raid rules on. And that's been the formula for Scourges, right? So if I put the Raid rules on, yes, it'll make the Vigilante nodes maybe meaningless. Maybe it'll just make them too damn easy. But then the Crucible nodes will have Raid teams on them, right? So it's that trade-off. But in this current iteration of this Scourge, if you want to call it that, there is no trade-off. It's just positive. Now there are a couple somewhat negative things that you could put on. But why would you, if not for the frame? So it just feels kind of... Again, it feels like, why wouldn't I just equip everything? What up, Titans? How's it going? Yeah, there's definitely no sense of accomplishment. That's for sure. I'm actually super okay with the legendary characters being this easy to get, by the way. I think you make some... So here's the thing. People will hate that I'm going to say this, and you're going to disagree with me. We need a new type of progression path that has a resource that is independent of ISO, of leveling, of red stars / diamonds, of gear, and that needs to be a very, very finite resource that is only earned through gameplay the same way Intel is only earned through gameplay. You cannot buy it, and you put that as a reward. And I think it should literally just be ISO 2.0, where it's basically in a stat sheet, and you could add stats to characters, not speed, but you could add damage. and then you can have like a to show players what they're walking into. You can have like a little wheel on the enemy character's portrait in Crucible and War that kind of has like kind of like a radar spreadsheet. There needs to be something that drives players, that progresses their account in a meaningful way. No, it shouldn't be like overpowered. It should probably be like you can get up to what is a progression path? 20%? That seems kind of big. I think it should probably just max it at like 10% for the 5 stats sort of thing, and you pick which stat to upgrade in. Like there's got to be something, some sort of carrot that can be put in that is independent of character availability, because everybody should get to play with the characters. It's a hero collector game. You need the right tools for the right problems, and if you don't have the ability to solve those problems, then the game just sucks. And I wouldn't want the game to suck for anybody, right? But at the same time, there needs to be a reason for people to care and go try hard. Thunderbolts are trash. Yeah, they're trash everywhere. I half hope they don't get buffed, though. Yeah, the Scourge is Vigilante on it. It 100% is. Unfortunately, what's currently happening with Marvel Strike Force, and you guys know I love this game. You know I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. But there is definitely a concern with Marvel Strike Force, a little bit, that the problem-solving itch is being replaced with a participation trophy-ish. They've started fighting that sort of reality, and I will call it a reality. But like I'm looking at Marvel Mystic Mayhem, and I'm thinking about like, okay, what was in there that I could actually stick my teeth into creatively? And there was some things. There was. War is so fun. And I know a lot of you hate me saying that. War is so fun in the right circumstances. We are about to hit Diamond, and when I say hit Diamond, I mean we're about to hit the wall where we're going to get wrecked by enemy alliances. And I'm actually very much looking forward to that, like, hyper problem solving that we're going to have to do. Yeah, War is becoming so fun. I had to do War on... There's a person in my alliance, this is the guy who's... I'm going to do their Scourge a little bit here. His account's trash. His account is trash. All the characters are so small. He didn't have teams like Undying built and stuff like that. And you know what? I had a blast doing his attacks. It was actually so good and so refreshing having to do some problem solving stuff. Now, I did kind of rage out by not having some of the options. Like he had Red Hulk on defense. Like, what the fuck? But on the whole, it was actually a really good experience. I think a lot of people miss out on that because they're blinded by a couple people saying that War is untenable and it's so anti-new player, mid-player, whatever the case may be. Yeah, I think there's just a blinding to it. Not super fully the poor fellas. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm a dick. Let's try and kill everybody here. You know what? Let's just kill everybody before Thanos passive pops. How about that? So just remember... What up, Gorilla Dan? We are in Zone 1, yeah. I mean, you might see us today. We're definitely in the top 12 ELO right now. Ooh. 7 is going to be doable? What are we talking about? What are you talking about as far as Magnetos go? Mentos and Nick? $7.17. Let's go, Hammer Time. Let's go, dude. Titans25 wants to collaborate. Stream together. Marvel Strike Force. I don't know how this works. This seems fun. Let me just blow my nose before we do this. Somebody, I've never seen this twitching before. Give me a sec. My freaking nose. My freaking nose. Jonine Obidas. I don't know how this works. How does this work? Oh wait, where'd it go? Hello? They're muted. I don't know. I don't know how this works, boys. Turn mic off, mute audio. This is some sort of new Twitch collab thing. If you guys can hear me, feel free to call me back. I think you guys have to unmute. And if you guys try to do something, let me know. Sounds fun. Be the first time I ever do something like this. Oh, I just see you unmuted, Titan. I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Oh. Hello?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Yeah, nice to meet you, Dorky Bro.
Nice to meet you, too. I see you're streaming. How's it going?
Yeah, I I've been streaming like a couple hours now.
Nice. Are you somewhat new to streaming on Twitch? I haven't seen you streaming before.
Yes, I kind of started like a month ago. Marvel Strike Force.
Nice. How you liking it?
Yeah, it's nice. The good thing is like you are leveling up every day, one level, trying to unlock campaign and stuff, just unlock the war and Crucible and stuff.
Right on.
Just going to learn all of these things.
Yes. What level are you now?
I reached 70 now.
Oh, good. The fun starts around 75, geared to 14. It'll open up a lot of stuff.
Oh, cool, 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 cool. I am looking Kershaw, I think.
Say that again?
In Kershaw.
Incursion. Yeah, yeah. You're doing that?
Yeah, I know that. So you have like a YouTube channel? If
Yeah.
I
Yeah, if
Oh,
you're
nice.
streaming on Twitch, you should make a YouTube channel and just kind of upload your streams there. You'd be surprised how quickly it could take off.
Oh, really? You edit or you just upload the streams?
I upload the full streams, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And then if you want to like cut clips and stuff like that, it's pretty easy to just do like a DaVinci Resolve. It's like a free program. You can just cut a clip and throw it in there and then post that.
Ah, what program do you use, bro?
It's called the DaVinci Resolve. It's completely free to use and it's really intuitive.
Oh, I think I don't download it, but it seemed to be like extremely hard to figure out.
I forget.
Uh,
I followed this one guy. It was like Casey Ferris, I think, on YouTube, and he had a couple like very like here's some basic stuff to do with DaVinci Resolve. And once I had that, it was really easy to kind of get into.
can you type the names, guy?
Yeah, let me check. Let me go YouTube. Casey, I think it was Casey Ferris. Casey Ferris. Yeah, here it is. Can I just share this with you right here? Notifications. Is there a chat in this thing that we're currently in? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. Oh. I'm just throwing it in my own chat here. 1 second. Here, let me pull up your stream and I'll send it. Oh, I accidentally hung up. I don't know how that thing works. Hold on. How do I get back in there? How do I get back in there? I have no idea how to get back in that call. I have no idea how to get back in that call. Followers only. Oh, that's the problem. Let me drop a follow. And gonna hit my to doing my Seems like a nice guy. I like all the new content creators that are popping up on Twitch and everywhere. Oh, Jesus Christ. Who the fuck wants to hear that guy's? Oh my gosh, that guy's the worst. Good thing about content character videos. True, Steven. True. I hear the good content creators actually do those videos. The bad ones take days off because they're sick. He has a YouTube channel with a library of 116 videos. Oh, there you go. I'll give it to Hyundai. True. True. Oh my god, I keep fucking this up. I'm not paying attention. If I didn't have so much to do today, I'd probably chill with and talk with them a little more, but I got a lot to get done. But yeah, I like all the new content creators popping up. I think the Twitch drops brought in a good new community. I love seeing new players start their content creator journey as well. I think that's super helpful. Yeah. Okay, so who thinks Marvel Strike Force is in a worse spot now than it was, I don't know, 6 months ago? Real reaction to the Accursed? Oh my god, they look fucking crazy. We're gonna see. So, what they're trying to do with the Accursed seems like the same they're trying to do... they tried to do with Astra, right? They're trying to make them a counterpunch team. Where, yes, they stop speed stat. Yes, they stop speed spar. I don't think they stop speed up, but maybe they do. I figure I was going with this. Yeah, they're trying to make them like a counterpunch team. So we're gonna see if there's a way just to get in front of them and wreck them before they get a turn, or if they finally found that like turtle balance. There's no speed up either. Okay, so it's just straight speed stat, right? I think they're gonna have a real. Do they stop assists? They might have a real problem with Odin. I understand Hood is gonna be breaking the battlefield effect, but it won't break the charges, right? Unless they have an anti-charge mechanic. They stop assist. Okay, so they will. So you won't be able to have Odin charge. That's interesting. Time heist, Titans. If you're trying to fast track your way through the game, yes, it'll help you get your raid teams up a little bit earlier and into the harder raid difficulties, which can be worth it for sure. But I don't necessarily think that you need to rush that either. Come on, go for Ancient One. Gosh darn it. Okay, wait. All right, here we go. We got a 5. Time heists are probably the best offer for new players who are really enjoying the game. Yeah. Players' end is more positive, but I keep waiting for Scope to do something to ruin that, like OP2. I don't think OP2 is happening, boys. Thunderbolts seem disappointing. They do raids well, but can't do negative zone and aren't good in war. Yeah. Yeah. about that. Outside Songbird, Plug and Play, and Underworld being better with a stronger estimate. Yeah. So what's really cool about the Thunderbolts team is that it made Taskmaster super good, and with Quasar, Underworld Quasar is amazing, as Dementos showed us. Thunderbolts definitely missed the mark. I don't think anyone would debate that. Raids, they actually do seem like they might have some issues as well. At least they're not as good as other raid teams at 3 stars that we've seen in the past. Diamonds 4 and 5 before a P2? Yeah, probably. Yeah, so they don't do bad against Alpha Flight under certain circumstances, which I think is actually a good thing for some new players. So I think that's cool too. They're not Vigilante, that's for damn sure. They're probably more in line with like Liberty, right? They do their game mode the way they're supposed to do it. They beat the shit out of it, right? Or at least they will when they're at 4 or 5 stars, guaranteed. And then outside their game mode, they're kind of like, yeah, you know, you use this team if you weren't here to get so-and-so team. We need diamonds for the Landra. Well, they sold those, right? I don't expect diamonds to come up for the Landra for like another 6 months. I know that he doesn't take out 3 Annihilators, VK no, in CC. It is a bad defense, yes, but still, that's a pretty good use to take out those characters. Yeah, you have to respect them still in Crucible, which is interesting. And I don't think that game room is, like, super overpowered. So they do kind of default to defense in a pretty decent way. Diamonds for the Lander are alive now? Are they really? I haven't seen her at all. That's awesome. That's awesome. Really? Well, if you spent on those, you're probably pretty upset. Yeah, her rents are the store. If her diamonds are available, people are probably pretty upset. I use an offense against those too. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Damn, dude. If you spent on those, you might be a little upset. This is a failed run. Putting Hyperion in the Intel store. Is Songbird in there yet? Or has it just not happened at all yet? Oh, it's 9. Let me go check my store. See if Lalandra's in there. I would love to get Lalandra some diamonds. You guys promise me she's in there? I love my Starjammer team. I have 0 diamonds on her, so she'll appear here in the first bit. No luck, I guess. Look at all those fucking minions. Look at all these minions goofing up my store. I thought that minions didn't go in the store. What the hell is this bullshit? I thought these guys couldn't go in the store. So annoying. Get out of here! Oh yeah, Hyperion's in there. So there are there. I'm unfortunately buying her. I'm buying her up to 200. Oh, I need this. Oh, but it's not enough. I need this for Groot. This is a crazy cost for it, though. I guess I'm not bringing Groot to Cosmic. I'm bringing 2 Absolute A-Force, sadly. Yeah, sadly I'm not, yeah. The raid is finished? Really? Oh, shit. Let's get Professor X. Well, here, let me finish this this run first, since it goes on a timer. How much do Lalandra diamonds cost in the lead store? I mean, same as everyone else, I would assume. Not buying gear to 20 is trolling. Yes, it is. I think it's terrible advice. It is a Crucible hardcore advice for your Vigilante to be able to fuck up that Annihilator team in stage 1 if you see it there. It is absolutely trolling. You're not wrong about it. It is horrible advice that I wouldn't give to anybody, but it is what I'm doing. I do not disagree. I'm not trying to say that you should buy shards. I think shards are a fucking scam because we're all gonna get the max eventually. But I'm just so hungry to not be sucking in Crucible anymore. Oh my god, he kept it. We're gonna see if we can just kill the Oath then. Maybe we'll kill her in time. Oh my god, another taunt? You're kidding me. Silver Sable. She's not a skirmisher, is she? Wait for Gear again. Yeah. Oh, it's not even the FOMO. It's just the frustration. All right, if Oath is taking a turn, there's nothing I can do with that. I'm not continuing this. You don't go into the next section with vulnerables up. You just get wrecked. Nice, Venom. Is that... Oh, yeah, she's not a skirmisher. Is that your Professor X, Venom? With the Odin... Or sorry, with the Quasar event, I got my null done. And now I'm going to do 2 bio characters. It looks like I'm doing Medusa and Mr. Classic, unfortunately, for Professor X. Let's go, Unspeakable! There's so many Professor X's getting unlocked right now. There are so many Professor X's getting unlocked. And when the Odin event is over, there's going to be so many more. Don't get slow. Don't get slow, Sable. Okay, good. Land everything! Excellent. I'll do it here. Oh, you took a 4-month break? Ah, there you go. She has none. Oh, because he didn't go yet. That's unfortunate. Ah, we'll throw the ult anyway. He still did good amount of damage. Mickey still drinks milk. He's a baby. Dude, there's gonna be a lot of Professor X getting unlocked. By the way, like it or not, this is infinitely faster than what Mephisto is like. Once again, I think it's W mythical character unlock rates that I think a lot of big spenders don't like, that are very upset about it. And I just, yeah, I hope they don't start catering to them again in the future. But I know a lot of them are getting really loud about it. It's pissing me off. Let the game be fun for everybody and just be good. You know what? I don't think I did. I gotta go check the web store stuff. I've been collecting it, but I just don't think I got it yesterday because I was super sick. Whatever. No vulnerables. We got this. There is a small group of big spenders. I think the exclusive nature of characters needs to be longer. And to them I say, go fuck yourself. You don't have the interest of the community at heart, or the interest of the game at heart, to be honest with you. Who's replacing me in the tournament? I want to say it's going to be Pathfinder. I want to say it's going to be Pathfinder. I'll be watching from my phone while I play with the kids. I think so. I'm not sure. I'll ask him. Who do I think will win? I think Dacier is probably gonna win. Yeah, if I had to put money on it, my money's on Dacier. Rachel Legends 100% supports MSF doing that. Exactly. The counter is, why the fuck are you spending if you don't see the value in spending? Yes, and the answer to that is that we need different progression paths that are longer term. That by spending, you do better in game modes, and by doing better in game modes, you get the pieces to get your characters into a better spot. Right? I think the intel system as a resource should now be mirrored for a progression path. But it should be more pronounced. Like, it should be more pronounced. Not much more pronounced, but more pronounced. Like, let's say someone in Grandmasters should be able to... What would be reasonable? Someone in Grandmasters should get 50 points at the end of the trial, which they can put, you know, into 5 different characters, or, you know, 5 pieces into 1 character. And someone in Masters 3 should get 30. And then it should go down like that. Saw owner beat too many Krakens. He's not going to be allowed in the trade in the all-play program. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Oops, I should have ulted. Backseat of a truck was the peak of your prime. Now you rage on cam while your fan base declines. Trying to flex numbers, but they ain't. Oh, is that you guys on Monday, Magnetic? That it started on fire. You guys were like just all cylinders on fire to start off. Yeah, dudes, I saw. I'm just gonna finish up this negative zone, and then we're gonna finish off Professor X. I will have to buy those offers, but it's fine. I'm not spending more money on the Odin event, so. And then after this, I'll buy the pass to get Sable to 7 yellows, but after that, no more. After that, we chillin'. We big chillin'. You think Thunderbolts are viable for Professor X? No, I don't think any of them are. I mean, okay, viable is not the right word. Yes, you can get through with Victoria Hand in Global Heroes. Songbird is highly, like, not recommended. Her starting ultimate on the Shadow King node is crazy. You could get through with Hyperion because he's cosmic, right? But, like, I mean, the Vigilante team is just not good enough outside their game mode to warrant putting Gear Tier 20 on them at this moment. I also know there's a lot of people complaining about how bad they are, but no content creators are. But I think that other people are complaining about how bad they are, so I'm interested to see if they get reworked. Yeah, and for that reason, I just wouldn't do any Thunderbolts characters. Yeah, Songbird is the devil. Songbird is the devil. Which Orchis member would Ghost replace? I definitely would not do Ghost. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do Ghost. I don't want to answer that question because I think it's bad advice. Who gives you pretend? Team is skippable. Copy visuals. Has anyone been testing the Xavier Saga? I'm not sure, Common, but I think Ancient One would suffer from the same kind of issues that Songbird struggles with, because she would flip all your buffs before you get Safeguard, and that'd be really bad. So I don't think Ancient One is advisable either. Strange can 1000% do Cosmic because you do not need to 3-star the nodes. So if you can have Odin and 4 dumbasses, and you would get through Cosmic Hero. But if you don't have Odin, then I'm not sure. This would be $12, and then I could do Groot instead of... I think I'll do that, because I don't really care to have the 2 Absolute A-Force members maxed out. It's just extra money, though. Kinda sucks. Kinda trash. Odin, Lander, 3 dumbasses. Exactly, yeah, sorry, you do need to have the Lander. That is true. Where is the burst offer bullshit? Is this it? Gear Tier 20 burst. I gotta buy it 3 times, right? Doesn't it have Gear Tier 19? What a scam. What a scam! Yeah, I agree to CC, which I heard more. I like more. Heard Quasar and 4-piece Starjammers can clear it? I'm sure they can. Yeah, I'm sure they can. Quasar, Strange, and 3 others can do it. If one of those others is Odin, then yes, absolutely. Also, one would have to be Lalander too, right, GamerDuck? Do you think 3-piece Orchis, Mega Ray Phoenix Force, and Jugs can get through Global? Yes! We've seen many examples of them getting through Deja. Deja Bleu. Sorry guys, I'm trying my best not to cough because I know it's obnoxious, but I'm super sick. Yeah, I should be able to auto this. Sorry, I'm just spending too much money on the game right now. This is the last hurrah, guys. This is the last spending hurrah for until the next mythic character, okay? Do not let me spend any more money on the game. You guys tell me, Dorky, you said after Professor X you were gonna chill. Or daddy. Buying Gear Tier 19 is fucking ass. But that's fine. We'll never do that again. Okay. Alright, we've committed. We're now getting the Professor X unlocked. We're good. We're Gucci. We need a curse? I'll get a curse as time permits. I will try and find the solution to beat a curse without a curse. There you go, sweet. Sorry. Oh, father or daddy. I should really be doing my Scourge guide first. I don't know why I'm doing it in this order. I guess it's just more exciting to get Professor X unlocked. Where do you put X on Wardy? I'll ask Scotty where he wants me to put it, but I think we're doing it with like a Mephisto combo. No, I didn't get any. I refreshed the start twice. But I don't have enough diamonds to bring her all the way up. I did get my Howard and my Havoc to 3 diamond. I didn't think Olander was going to be in there. I just didn't see her, so I didn't do her. She's the only one I have at 7 yellow stars. The others are going to happen soon, so it's not the end of the world, but... We need to make some more AI songs, too.
Another tag, another hey real quick from a dude with a logo request and a TikTok trick. You sigh, your hamster glares. You fought this fight too many times. It's just not fair. They don't see the
nice, Romeo. Happy to help. All right, guys. Conversation. Are we gonna do Medusa to Gear Tier 20 or Miss Marvel Classic to Gear Tier 20? Here's my thinking. Eventually, Scotty's going to let me pull them to offense, and having Gear Tier 20 on Medusa sounds awesome. Miss Marvel has more plug-and-play use, and, I mean, she will be more annoying in War 2. We're all thinking Miss Marvel? God damn it. Part of me wants to do Medusa. Yeah, I hate her because she's so annoying in the right circumstances. It makes sense. It makes sense. It sucks. It makes sense, but it just sucks. Only about leader has 2.7 million. How much did he spend to get so many points? Probably a lot. Probably a lot. Like your opponent's share your Mr. Classic Misery, true. What is he a squared? Yeah, I think she's the right choice. It's just annoying. Whoops, I was supposed to save that all, wasn't I? I used it on the next one. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the case for a lot of people, J-Dubs.
She's helped get made in the Strike Force world. She's the flame. L-O-R-I-E. Remember the name.
That's 1 dead. That's 2 dead. Okay. No, Shanti, we're gonna do it after we're done this negative zone. Yeah. So the problem that people are having with the Scourge is that they don't feel challenged with their rosters. It doesn't have that same sort of like... And some people are going to be like, you're an idiot for thinking that. If you say that they're going to make it impossible... I get those comments all the time. And maybe that's why I'm so burnt out on having to defend the position that people actually like playing the game, that I think they've worn me down. Whatever statement I was about to make ended up becoming me giving up. I give up. I give up. I don't care. People don't want to play the game. We play the game on Twitch. We serve window lickers on YouTube. Except you guys that are in chat. Obviously, you guys care. Underrated opinion. Scully been farming W's lately, having fun events from left to right. I 100% agree with that, Amir. I 100% agree with that. There's been so many good events. If you are any sort of an engaged player, Negative Zone, Danger Room, and the Scourge event have not only been possible, they've been very fun for the first attempt. The Scourge, if you've been keeping up with like all the events and you got Hitmonkey and Silver Sable and Daredevil to 4 or 5 stars, it's too easy, is what a lot of people are feeling. You haven't been reworked yet? Fair enough. The infinitely scaling system is so annoying to go. So that would be my main concern with the Quasar trial, is that it should have had at least up to difficulty 13. there should have been extending milestones that could have awarded more gear tier 20, but maybe like minimal amounts. Maybe 5 per milestone that you're able to reach, right? And we should have had the same sort of packs that we... I still don't understand why we don't have the packs we had from the Morgan Le Fay event on every single Scourge. Every single Scourge, or trial, whatever you want to call it. Every single one should have the following packs. Use special, get ability block. Use ultimate, get blind. Specials cost 1 more. Ultimates cost 1 more. So those 4 right away change everything, right? Change everything. Anyway. Yeah, 80s. Those people are cultivating an audience that hates the game. Because they take that advice, and then those same content creators will turn around and say, oh, this is just whale or Kraken content only. And it's like, no, it's really not. You fucked yourself. Alright. There we go, so we can now do group. Oh, there's 6. Okay. Let's get it. Start with the tree. Where's the tree? Are there only 2 Twitch drops this week? I actually don't know. I actually have no idea. We're sure? Alright, we're sure. Yeah, this was the first run Danger Room. I have faith that the Danger Room is only going to get better. Oops. 0-3. Oof. Yeah, we got wrecked. We're like ranked 300 now. But we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna turn it around. No more no Professor X for me, motherfuckers. Come catch these hands, bitch. Not saying that, but Scopely always makes the game fun better, but then the game goes to shit the second half of the year. Yeah, but maybe it doesn't have to this time, right? Maybe it doesn't have to this time. Maybe Battle World 2 in September is going to be awesome, right? Maybe the next Danger Room is going to be awesome. Maybe it'll have new teams and new packs and stuff, and maybe instead of only having difficulty 10, it'll have all the way to difficulty 15, where it's like, yeah, if you want to beat difficulty 13, you're going to have to have every single Danger Room thing open, as well as a crackened out team, right? And then maybe they'll do global milestones, and instead of the global milestones being attached to some sort of bullshit like the XLs, it'll be attached to your best run score. And then we'll have a reason to put it. Like, there's so much that could happen. Little tweaks here and there for a lot of the stuff they're doing that I think would make things infinitely more interesting. And just that tied with our economy, and people hate it when I say this, our economy's in a good spot. You 100% can keep up with the new teams, new characters. 100% you can.
The leaderboards don't matter for the Quasar Red Stars, right?
Correct. They do not matter at all. Also, thank you for the sub, Johnny. Appreciate you. No, the leaderboard is simply the cosmetic frame. What do you got, Herb? What do you got for me? 108. Let's go, dude. That's actually probably one of the higher scores. Top Danger Room improvements are more nodes. Make it so mythics don't appear on nodes until later in the run. Yeah, I don't think mythics should appear until nodes. Well, so there should be tiers of mythics, right? Apocalypse, Doom, Dorm, they can show up early. Super Skrull, Mephisto, Odin, and now even Professor X, I think, could show up, given what the packs do. They shouldn't show up till like nodes. Maybe you tier it. Like maybe Skrull can start appearing on after node 10. Odin, Mephisto after node 12. Odin after node 15. Professor X, maybe he can only show up on the final node as like a super secret boss. Stuff like that. What a destroyer. How's it going? God, this fucking cough is killing me. We do for a tower at some point. I think after Danger Room. I think because this Danger Room is a longer one, right? Because it's the first run. I'm sure we'll see something after that. I thought the Quaver event was pretty good. Glad difficulty 10 is only for leaderboard stuff. I am getting sick of the negative zone every day, though I hope we are not doing every day for every chapter. Yeah, they need to do one and done for the negative zone. It's just too much. One and done for negative zone. Right? Well, they used to be able to take the node rewards off. Why can't they do that anymore? That'd be my next question. Why can't the rewards come off the nodes after the first run? I didn't see the Hawkeye roast though. I'm trying to kind of burn through it so I can build them up, put them on defense for War and for Crucible, and then make my Quasar video. I'm super bummed I'm not gonna get to at least be. I wanted to like be a sports announcer for the tournament, and I'm not even gonna be able to do that. Our babysitter's kind of pooped on my ambitions. New code for what? I don't think there's any new code. For the supplies, have orbs that are cheaper than renting a character outright, but they give you a random character. Oh, that's not a bad idea. So royalty, in that case, it should have been a 7-day event, right? What up, Dizzle? I think Pathfinder is going to be taking over for me. Right on, Crow. Can I try 2-star node to see if 3-star is mandatory? We know it's not. I'm just hitting auto, and we'll see what happens. Thanks, buddy. I think Pathfinder is going to take my spot, Amir. I think, unless they got a different envoy to do it. Worst case scenario, if they still put me in it, like they know that Pathfinder's gonna do it. I'll set a defense, and I just won't be able to stream it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to lose a node with Odin doing Odin stuff. What up, Ghost? How's it going? XLs just help us towards the global leaderboard, and that's it. When the event ends, we're gonna get a big burst. I'm interested to see what kind of bonuses are gonna happen in that global milestone. That's don't to dork stuff. What? Me ready from Dave? Sure. Ceci, I'll give you my address. Find me a babysitter. Okay? I've tried everything. I'm doing alright. I'm hanging in there. This node kind of sucks. $20K and about it. That's not bad either. Dude, Mendoza is better than nothing. Don't already have what? Oh, my address? True. Let's hit auto. That's feedback I gave them too, Venom. They should be rehashing some of the mini bosses they've made, whether it be from the ProfX event or from Battle World stuff. They should tone them down, obviously. Take some of the turn meter stuff off them for sure. But I think they should definitely reuse those as well. But they need to start by making a real final boss, right? With like the real UI and everything. So Daredevil Modern is gonna be my first skill character brought up. Quasar, Mephisto is gonna be my first Mystic character brought up, followed by Quasar than Kohori. Mutant, well, obviously Professor X, then Apocalypse. Skill, Daredevil Modern, followed by probably Captain Sam. Who am I missing? Tech? I don't know, Howard the Duck for Tech? Yeah. And then I'll just try and get as much accursed, Mystic as possible to do the accursed characters. That'll be my next project for sure. Don't do Mephisto? No, I definitely want Mephisto for Crucible. Satana does a lot of percentile damage, so she's not going to benefit from it, except for the fact that she's not going to get one shot. Ka and Quasar first. I should be able to do Mephisto and Quasar. I broke the game. Okay. I do want all of them at Gear to 20. We broke the game, apparently. It didn't like me autoing the Professor X event. Mephisto is a great character, and his damage is super underrated. And him having overpowered is going to be huge. Global Hero, I brought Peggy, Falcon, Patriot, Emma, and Jean. Why didn't I do Hyperion instead of Groot for the event points? I mean, it's not worth it. The event point's definitely not worth it. Not Gear 220 him for that, that's for sure. Omega Sentinel, Late Dash Strike, Scientist Supreme for Orchis from Professor X. I mean, you could, that works. Jean was a lot better once somebody told me I was being an idiot on the Old Man Logan node, and Emma can one-shot the Old Man Logan. The extra rewards will give me even more back. It's not a bad take. It's not a bad take. It's a Crucible team, right? So the same way I want that for Starjammers, I will want that for the Accursed. Especially because I'll probably be using the Accursed on offense, whereas others will have them on defense. God damn it, Gorilla Dan. Yeah, I can do a Dark Dimension, or sorry, Professor X Saga in retrospect, for sure. What level is your Emma, Shani? And is she a Raider? Because she does damage too with the kick. So having her as a Raider puts it vulnerable, which increases the damage of the mind control. The bus driver. Jacob is one of the first kids dropped off. So when Jacob comes back at 2:45, well, Lucas has school. His little like preschool thing. She's picking him up at 2:30, coming here, and then they're leaving because they have like this condo board vote thing that my mom's all stressed out about. So she can't be staying today, unfortunately. Switch to Raider, Shawnee. Yeah, if she's 3 diamonds, obviously geared to 20. You can do it with a Raider. Nah, not HOA. It's a condo board, and she's on the board right now. But there's some people that want to come in and kind of. Well, here it's kind of funny. I would normally be on the complete opposite side of my mother in this situation. Okay, my mother is on the board, and she's trying to get them to spend money to do things around the condo that do cost money to the people in the condo. Like, you all have to pay for it. It's like a collective, right? That's what a condo is. Normally, I would be super against that, except they had a 2,000 pound slab of concrete fall off the car parking. And if that landed on somebody, the lawsuit that would have ensued would have been so much more than any sort of repairs. They had like mold and disgusting things in their old change rooms by the swimming place, and now it's nice and it's modern. And so like, they're not wasting money. They're doing things that need to be done to maintain the value of the property. But there's some people in there, especially a lot of the older people, that are just like, I don't want to do this because it costs more money, and I don't have that because I'm on retirement, whatever the case may be. And I understand that perspective. But it crushes the value of your condo, which is a home, right? It's not an apartment. You don't just get up and leave. You have to sell that shit at some point to get your money back. You get your investment. And it's tanking the value in a crazy way. And so she's got to go, hopefully, talk some sense into people on not crushing their own investments. I don't think I could 2-star one of these nodes if I wanted to. It's just not gonna happen. What up, Nori? HOAs seem super culty to me and like illegal. It's kind of weird. Where's my phone? I better set a defense in the Crucible playtest just in case. 2% of my phone? Well, I wouldn't be able to get that defense set in time anyway. See if we get account upgrades. There you go. At Global Villains, taking Apocalypse, Lady Deathstrike, Scientist Streamer, Mega Sentinel. Who should I take as a 5th? You could take Omega Red Phoenix for us. He's a cheaper cost, and people seem to like Crucible. If that's your case, Treat yourself. Sorry. Apocalypse is pretty expensive. You don't have to bring Apocalypse. That section is super easy, so you can bring different characters if you want to save some mutant gear. Am I not done this yet? What is happening here? Is Global Hero possible with Jean Grey and Songbird or Victorian Hit? It is possible with Jean Grey. I did it yesterday. I don't know if it's possible with Songbird for a lot of players because the clone absolutely demolishes you. This is an interesting way of unlocking a mythical character.
Little monkey gotta dance, little monkey gotta run, do a push up or a nickel, tell me man, is that fun? Think you rich or stacking coin? Nah, you ain't rich, ain't no contracts.
I may get a diamond on Odin if I gear for 21 in the Thunderbolts. Oh, is it worth that much points, is it? So this, I mean, this could be my Quasar. This is Professor X. I don't know what this is. This is Howard. This is Daredevil Modern. So we're about to upgrade a lot of cool stuff.
You switch games like you switch excuses, but ain't no paycheck, just delusions and bruises. Guys 250 and I'll bust out tap dancing pennies like you stuck in a skid. A grown ass man begging chat for some bread, man. I'd rather mop floors than be you instead. Backseat of a truck was the peak of your prime. Now you rage on cam while your fan base declines. Trying to flex numbers, but they ain't adding up. Even gifted subs don't keep your ass up. Mods went ghost, owners turned to dust. Even Twitch affiliates saying, bro, that's tough. You ain't a content king, you ain't running the game. Just a desperate little monkey trying to dance for some change. Little monkey gotta dance, little monkey gotta run. Do a push up for a nickel, tell me man, is that fun? Think you rich or stacking coin? Nah, you ain't rich. Ain't no contract signed, just a broke ass bitch.
Alright, Crucible rules. We have speed stat. I was wondering why we went first. Is it a banger, Ceci? I wonder why you feel that way. Sorry. Doolum sunk? Shit, eh? I never did I? It's still there somewhere. I don't think... Oh, man. Hopefully I didn't delete all the inner stuff. We were like halfway done. We were just putting in little pictures popping up with the fake face throwing up. I already upgraded Blado, Sable, Punisher, and now wait on Daredevil Hitmonkey. Right on, dude. How far down the list is OG Juggernaut on the Gear to 20 Mystic? Very, very far down. The newer damaging characters would definitely be first. Did Odin just one-shot that entire wave? Is this unavoidable? No. Fuck off this guy. Oh, okay. I look forward to it. Poor Groot. Oh no, Groot! Oh well, no 3-star. I was about to say, where the fuck? Where'd everyone go? Alright, there's our Professor X. We did it. Good job, team. We got the skin and everything. Oh no. Why does he look Canadian? What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, we did it. Even AI generates head off. Check it out. Ah, I'm pretty good on the gold now. Let's go get that red star. All right. We did it. We're the best! Hulk Oliver the
song, Professor Rex.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Huh? Why can't I gear to 20 of them? Why can't I gear to 20 of them? What's going on? Oh, we're good. Because we got like, yeah, 1,000 of these. I didn't agree for us to go in. Let's freaking go! Because I can, bitch. That's why. He's red now. We are unlocking Professor X. Why does the orb open? It says if yeah, I think they're definitely trying to discourage people from opening up tens and thousands of their Blitz orbs at once. We are unlocking Professor X, and then we're going to go do a Quasar event with a smaller account. And yeah. What's my arena team going to be? Good question. I have no idea. I actually have no idea. I know I'm going to keep Null there. I will check the leaderboard in just 1 second. Welcome back to Crucible? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. No more excuses now. Whoops. If you have less tank Xaviers and no one attacks each other, at least how mine goes. There you go. I wonder if I should be one of the cool kids that tries to keep Professor X on offense. It does not seem to work. Keeping Professor X on offense does not seem to help. Do you think the SK boss node is doable without Peggy, Patriot, Joaquin, Neo, Emma, and Hank Pym? Or do I think it is doable? It is doable, it's just an absolute nightmare, Divine Shadow. It is 100% doable, it is just a nightmare. What do his T4s do? What do his abilities do? I actually don't even know. I just know about his passive and how to work around that to kill him. Now I have to actually learn the character. Yeah, it should be like ice to wait random account. I agree. All right, let's
trick. You sigh, your hamster glares. You fought this fight too many times. It's just not fair. They don't see the queen behind the screen, holding up the content scene. You're not just wrangling nerds with dreams. You're doing this wild.
What a 308 game in. It's going pretty good.
But Pathfinder's out there spilling beans, and his mustache is way too clean. Rory, defender of the feet, riding her hamster at lightning speed. Sword in hand while she's dodging the spam, blocking leaks from that mustache man. Oh, pains at midnight, she's on the grind, but all she really wants is some peace of mind. Still she fights, the content queen of the game. You better put some respect on her name. Pathfinder used to post, now he just posts chaos, dropping spoilers like he's Santa Claus. Way more sus. He's jealous of the crew, the content, the clout, and Lori's gotta clean his mess without a single shout. But when he leaks, she doesn't freak. She rides out swinging through.
All right, just hit Professor X. Okay.
Hamster armored up with a tiny red cake. They're the duo of doom, and there's no escape. She never asked to be the shield.
Maybe I won't do Quasar. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna do Quasar.
When things go wrong, and Lori's heart has always been strong. So let the pins come, let the chaos fall.
I don't think I'm gonna do Quasar.
Hamster in all.
I'll save it for the accursed.
Queen of late night war, kicking down leaks through the content door. With every ping, she earns her crown, while Pathfinder's just clowning around. Oh, hamster power, pixel
So I did my tech, I did my skill, I did mutant.
in the strike
Leaves us with bio and
R-E, remember
I did bio and mystic. Okay.
on her day off. Tread light, the hamster bites, and Lori still might fight.
Is there a bio character? I think I just will save it for Super Scroll maybe. I think I'll just save it for Super Scroll now.
Hamster power, pixel blade, fighting for creators she's helped get made. In the strike force
Apocalypse and
world,
Super Scroll?
she's the flame. L-O-R-I-E, remember the name.
No, I really don't want to do Thunderbolts. It's the last thing I want to do.
With everything, she earns her crown, while Pathfinder's just clowning around. Oh, hamster power, pixel blade, fighting for creators she's helped get made. In the strike force world, she's the flame. L-O-R-E, remember the name. Pathfinder used to post, now he just posts chaos, dropping spoilers like he's Santa Claus. Way more sus. He's jealous of the crew, the content, the clout, and Lori's gotta clean his mess without a single shout.
I just want to see if I can bring the lander up to 2 diamonds, that'd be good. Songbird is an easy lock for character 20. I don't hate Songbird. I do like Songbird. I don't hate Songbird. What is it? It's 50, then 110? So I would need 160 total to go up to 2 diamonds for the Landra. Oh, you do get some back, that's true. I have my goddamn Illuminati team back! Fucking yes! Fucking yes, dude. I still think this is, like, I know that people's big silver sables can mess this up, but I still like this team. I still think this is kind of a fun team, too. Yeah, the lander is apparently in the shop. I wonder if we should take this out of stage 1. If you take it out of stage 1, I think that Immortal still struggles on it. Mephisto loses to Mephisto plus Null Shadow King. Well, is there a Professor X team that actually holds then? This is a garbage team. My stage 6 and stage 2 are problems. It's like I want to put Night Stalkers here, so I will. I just feel like having them on offense is super helpful in the mirror match. But, I mean, if we're gonna turtle, it's turtle v turtle.
Whoa, it's the crucible scene. 16 laps and it's getting obscene. Juicy and Zero bringing the pain, but they're still free to play. Who's to blame? Tulum's map in Dashers clean. Saw owners strats are lean and mean. No wallets, no whales, you're just brutal skill. Climbing the charts without the bell. They're dropping Mephisto, burning with torch. Null's in the corner with the soul of Scourge. Then a snap and Odin roars. But who's that Joker walking through the doors? With Sesame swiping with his X card. But Professor X like a stupid tryhard. Where's that overpowered suit like bling? But can't win a match, what a go for nothing. He hits for a double but still gets wrecked. Apocalypse just snapped his new paycheck. All that cash but skills a ghost. Says he's credit score, fights the most. He's got a black knight that crits for
That's what I was thinking, Kev.
must be nice hackers using that pay raise. You know Havoc's bugged, right? Doom cries, says he just laughs, not with enough buys. Juicy's got Null just swinging wide, while Zero's Odin purges his pride. Says he flexing with his fake god tier, but Human Torch just burns his career. He
Just not Mephisto?
bought a guide, bought the devs a vacation ride. Still can't tell a counter from a buff man. Even Dormammu's had enough. It's Sassy King of the Whales. Paid for wins but always fails. Bought himself a crucible crown, but his apocalypse keeps going down. He's overpowered on paper sheets, but can't take Juicy into whole fleets. Goliath cash, but David Stone knocks him out.
Should I just put Black Knight over here too then?
Professor X got stunned by a Ravager bruiser with a basic one. He screams RNG and flips his fall. Audacious clean, sweep it every zone. No skill, no chance. Can't buy your way to dominance. Big spend, big flop. Your credit card can make us.
Should I put Black Knight in over Sasquatch? And just give this team up?
Your game, but the mana still brought shame. Here's the X card to stack the deck, but you see Steno snapped your neck. Apocalypse laughs, Mephisto cheers. You're overpowered, ends in tears. Coffin Crucible wrote your fate. You can't buy wins, just sealed your head. Juicy saw owner Zero sing. They sure double, no need to sing. F2P Kings in Crucible's fight. And says he's wallet cries alone tonight.
What's Dulom's BS? I don't know what that is.
Yes. We got him. We absolutely obliterated those guys.
What are you doing, Ceci? What kind of evil shit are you up to? The sounds.
So we will go ahead and engage and
Why does he have two mice, Ceci?
see what happens.
You're having too much fun with this AI stuff. Oh no, the boat kraken thing is crazy. The boat cracking thing is crazy, Ceci. What room are we? What video are we talking about? Let me go take a look at it. Mephisto is bad because he makes Professor X a 2-tap, but not a 1-shot by any means. I don't understand what's happening. Doolum's latest vid. How to 1-shot Xavier. One second, pulling it up.
Ability block, but this fight is absolutely cake. So
Mephisto, Null, Shadow King, Black Cat, Hercules.
there's a lot of factors to this here. So we currently have a room bug that is giving on defense, Sasquatch just spawns with an exhausted. Mephisto also spawns with an exhausted. I don't know why. Don't ask. I don't know what's causing this at all. But this does not affect the match at all. I was able to get this to work last week as well. I had a friend make this work as well. So what happens here is there's two different ways this can go. There's a coin flip between their Mephisto and your Mephisto. And no matter what that coin flip is, it does not matter. I actually got the better side of the coin because their Mephisto is going first and doing his special. And what's going to happen here is he's actually going to put taunt on Professor X. But it doesn't matter because his first turn or my first turn is going to be the exact same thing. So you see they're going to special on my Mephisto turn 1. Now he's going to put that taunt out on Xavier. So I have two options here of what you can do. So I could use the basic to take off half of the HP from Professor X. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use the ultimate to put the exhaust out there. And what the exhaust does is the exhaust is going to make it so that Professor X does not clear any negative effects with his passive when I use ultimates. His Mephisto is going to special on Hercules as well because we're in the room where the specials cost way less. Now, again, we would have this taunt on their Professor X no matter what. Now, what I don't want to do is use the special on Professor X because if I do, I'm going to be taking the taunt off of him. So I use the basic just to get some damage on him, defense down, some bleeds. Fine, cool. Then what we're going to do is we're going to Black Cat special on Professor X, and that's going to stun him. So now he's got trauma stun. Now what happens is even if I use my ultimates, he's not going to be reducing the negative effects because of the exhaust I put out on him. So he's not going to be reducing that trauma, that stun, all the defense down, disrupted, bleeds, all that stuff. So I'm able to use the null ultimate here, get that battlefield effect out there, get that darkness going out. Now the darkness does not do anything, but I wanted to use the ultimate because Shadow King does do the more damage when you do the ultimate because then he's going to ping. Emma Frost is going to use the special on Black Cat here, which is fine. If he could have used it on Mephisto or on Hercules there, and that would have been a potential death there, so that wouldn't have been great, but it wouldn't have really mattered much because you'll see I don't really need Hercules all that much after this, or Mephisto. So Hercules gonna special on Professor X here. This is why I wanted Hercules in here, but I don't think it really matters. I just wanted somebody with new stats and heavy damage and a controlling effect to go out there, and he's relatively quick as well. So he's going to do the special on Professor X here, and then with the striker attack, I think he's gone here, if I remember correctly. He's almost gone, and he hits again. So yeah, he's gone. And then now we have Shadow King getting the special on Emma, because Emma's got a taunt as well, just like Sasquatch does. So Emma going to get that taunt over there. Awesome. We got the ability block on her now. Mephisto's got disrupted, a goner as well, which is great. And you'll see Shadow King is going to do the special on Hercules here, and even with overpowered, it's not doing the damage it normally does. It does not kill my Mephisto, but the Raider crit ends up doing it, but he actually almost lived there even with overpowered because of the mark of Mephisto. Then Sasquatch takes his turn, goes on Black Cat. Doesn't really matter at this point. Black Cat, I have to go on the taunt for Sasquatch. I get those dodges off of Shadow King as well. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to be specialing again because this is the room where we can special a bunch, right? This is room 3 here. So doing good here. The pings are coming out. Null does the special on good old Shadow King here. He's going to get the striker attack, do some pretty good damage. Get the turn meter rolling because now Professor X is dead.
So what was the problem with this attack?
Yeah, pretty straightforward, man. It's not too bad. There's no RNG to this fight at all. So it's really interesting to see how this actually works and being able to one-shot Professor X. So be very wary what you put on defense.
My bad.
With
Sorry, I didn't
Professor
realize
X
there were
because
two of them
there are
happening.
things that make it harder to one-shot, and I'll show you one version that is very, very hard to. Doing good here.
Why are you guys saying this attack was bullshit? I mean, what part of it was crazy RNG to you guys? I agree that the part where he says, like, if so-and-so died, I still would have been fine. It's like, okay, well, hold your roll. Maybe not. Especially because if the Hercules died, then all that damage that Hercules did with, like, extra striker attacks. He hit, like, 3 times the Hercules for some reason. I don't think this is an outlandish claim that this works, though, if there's a Mephisto. I think you guys are right to take Mephisto away from... to put Null in with Professor X to take Mephisto out. I think you guys are right there. I also think that Odin is probably the better call to see if you can force a no clear here. I can agree with that too. There's a second fight. Okay.
Hit that battlefield, kill my Mephisto. I really in that one shot of and yeah, I mean Mephisto, Null, to be able to one shot a Mephisto and a Professor X, I think is a win in my books. Honestly, that's a big win. So nothing wrong with that. One shot there. Rune number 4, Starjammers. I had him on offense because, I think only Superior 6 does Phoenix Force, Sus, Doctor Strange to
His music is super loud.
Illuminate the world. Anytime even X against a Boosh, and I think this is who thought she would eye to the gore. What happened here? Eye to the gore with overpowered here. Everybody was 1 health, but then Hank Pym healed all of them, so that was really good. But that was definitely a pucker. Rune number 3 did not clear this, so here's what happened here. Excuse me. So he had Kingpin, Emma, Null, Xavier, Odin, and I think this is probably the hardest combo. So if you still want to run Professor X on defense,
I like Kingpin.
I still think this is the best defense to run here, because Professor X, Odin, and Null are just a 3-piece that are disgusting. So stopping your Mephisto packs right away with Null, obviously, and then Odin's just a big nuisance, and then you're stopping the speed stat from Emma as well, and then Kingpin is really, really great. Kingpin's stock has gone way up recently because he's a pre-taunt that can't be stopped, essentially. So everybody that has stuff that stops pre-taunts in their kit does not work on summons, and Kingpin has a summon on spawn that gets taunt, so it doesn't work. So I had to use Kestrel here, which is just a really annoying. So what I tried to do was Kestrel, Iron Patriot, Mephisto, Black Cat, and Kang. So the thought process behind this was Iron Patriot to give damage to Mephisto and Kang and Black Cat, Kestrel to stop the summon so I didn't have the pre-taunt, Mephisto obviously to do a bunch of damage, and I tried to one-shot Odin right off rip, and it did not work well. Stun Professor X with Black Cat, and then Kang was going to be the finisher on Odin here. Did not work the way I thought it would. I got deleted because of the mind controls, unfortunately. So the way you can actually beat this is using this team here. So I actually have it in my save squad. So let's go to it here. And I was testing this in War, and it does work. It does work really well. So if you go all the way to the bottom here, we have this team here. So we have Odin, Mephisto, Black Cat, Old Man Logan, and Shadow King. So the way that's going to work is, let's go back
That's not
into
gonna
it, and
work.
I'll show you guys. The way this is going to work is you have Mephisto, the special, obviously he's not going to be able to use his battlefield effect or anything like that, so the special is going to take the taunt off of the minion. Then what's going to happen is you're going to start all-inning on...
I mean, the basic would too, right? Because the basic rebounds, but it's also going to call in an assist from... Actually, no, Professor X stops assist, right?
On Odin. And then what happens is when Black Cat takes her turn, Black Cat is going to special on Professor X, stun Professor X, and then Mephisto, or not Mephisto, then what's going to happen is Odin is going to end up using his special, but he's not going to go before, so we don't have the issue of him going before anybody else, or anybody else going before him. So he's not gonna assist, and then Old Man Logan's gonna stop the charges. There's no battlefield effect, there's no charges, and then from there we zoom in, and then you pretty much just take out, make sure Professor X dies, because you got to make sure he's staying controlled. He's gonna die, and then after that they really don't have much damage. Null obviously gonna start providing a lot more damage the more stars he gets, but you're able to kind of overpower it with Old Man Logan doing great things. Especially once he gets his claws out, he's going to put so many bleeds out there and trauma and all that stuff. Just be careful when you're using ultimates, because Professor X is going to be clearing those negative effects when you use ultimates, because he doesn't have the exhausted. But once you're able to get to Mephisto ult, you use that Mephisto ult and you get that battlefield effect up, and then you have that extra armor and that kind of stuff. You're taking out Professor X pretty easily. You have that drain, all that.
I just don't think he's right here. I think his first attack, there's nothing wrong with his first attack. I agree that it probably could have went wrong. It's his Mephisto's super low.
Is Hercules, Null, Mephisto, Black Cat, and SK. Didn't even need Odin here. Hercules is just a faster character that had an ability. Absolutely cake. So there's a lot of factors to this here. So we currently have a room bug that is giving on defense. Sasquatch
Mephisto performs special on Mephisto.
I don't know why. Don't ask. I don't know what's causing this at all. But this does not affect the match at all. I was able to get this to work last week as well. Make this work as well. So what happens here is there's two different ways this can go. There's a coin flip between their Mephisto and your Mephisto. And no matter what that coin flip is, it does not matter. I actually got the better side of the coin because their Mephisto is going first and doing his special. And what's going to happen here is he's actually going to put taunt on Professor X. But it doesn't matter because his first turn or my first turn is going to be the exact same thing. So you see they're going to special on my Mephisto turn 1. Now he's going to put that taunt out on Xavier. So I have two options here of what you can do. So I could use the basic to take off half of the HP from Professor X. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use the ultimate to put the exhaust out there. And what the exhaust does is the exhaust is going to make it so that Professor X does not clear any negative effects with his passive when I use ultimates. His Mephisto is going to special on Hercules as well because we're in the room where the specials cost way less. Now, again, we would have this taunt on their Professor X no matter what. Now, what I don't want...
Yeah, so if the enemy Mephisto hit the other Mephisto again, it's over.
Cost way less. Now, again...
So a couple things here. If any character is chosen twice, they die. Enemy Mephisto is going twice here, so enemy Mephisto could have yeeted somebody twice. Yeah, the enemy Mephisto going twice means he could have killed anybody if he chose them twice. But also, if he chose Black Cat, she's dead right away. There's no stun. Yeah, if this Mephisto chose Black Cat on the special, say goodbye to all those buffs, and she dies instantly, right? Am I wrong with that? Let me see. A king pit over her? Yeah, I like that. I would like that, yeah. Hercules did a lot of damage, though, so... You would still be right there, but there's also still the second Mephisto basic special that happens before in Room 3. No, I think Dementos is right that there's a lot of RNG. I don't think it's the worst YOLO in the world either, though. If Black Cat gets chosen once, it's over. It only clears 3 positive effects, actually. So there's a couple of death proofs would stay. Unless Hercules? Actually, I don't know if he steals anything else basic. I'm not competing today. No, I gotta be with the kids. Actually, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta do that Quasar video before much more time passes. Flips all death proofs, if I recall correct. No. Clear 3 positives. Na 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 na. Does he do it on like his ult on his pass or something? I already got it done, Scotty. It's done. Without the Hercules damage, could he have beaten it?
Basic.
Hercules ended up doing a lot of damage.
Special on Hercules as well, because we're in the room where the specials cost way less. Now, again, we would have this taunt on their Professor X no matter what. Now,
So once again, any character gets chosen twice is instantly dead. Because the Mephisto would have put the disrupt on there. So if any character gets chosen twice, you instantly lose this.
yeah. So now he's got trauma.
Which
stun.
is not the
Now,
most
does he know
common
that
thing in the
ultimates?
world.
He's not going to be reducing the negative effects because of that's done all the defense down the ultimate, because Shadow King does do the Mephisto or on Hercules there, and that would have been a potential death there, so that wouldn't have been great, but it wouldn't have really mattered much, because you'll see I don't really need Hercules all that much after this, or Mephisto. So Hercules gonna special on Professor X here. This is why I
Yeah, so if this Hercules was dead, look at this guy survives that.
wanted Hercules in here, but I don't think, and then with a striker. So Emma gonna get that on Hercules here.
I mean, at the end of the day, regardless, you just don't put Mephisto in this room with Professor X anymore, right? Regardless. Yeah, if the Hercules died, I think that falls apart. But also, if the Mephisto died, it would have fallen apart even worse. Regardless, I think you guys are right that you just don't put Mephisto here because of that exhaust bug. I think Null is a must in here. Do we put Kingpin here instead of Sasquatch? I think that's a good call, actually. Because the Kingpin will make it so that Immortals struggle a bit more, right? This will make it so that you can't just come in here with Immortal. I'll go low on my Kingpin up to 105. You can't just do a burn attack into Immortal. Not like you could anyway, because the Odin will kind of screw that up a little bit. See, my problem with putting Odin in this room is I feel like I'd actually want my Odin if I saw this on defense. Yeah, I think Kingpin is a good call here. Yeah, so the problem I'm having is I think that if I saw this on defense, I would actually want my Odin to help with it. Yeah, I think I would want to do a burn attack to pull Professor X abilities, and then I would want to do Odin into it. Let me see, because Professor X clears battlefield effect just on his special, or what? Clear the battlefield effect on the allied side? And what about his ultimate? His ultimate does not clear battlefield effects. I feel like I would want Odin on offense to help deal with this. So if I can accept a 2-tap here, and then I can guarantee a 2-tap, I think I'm happy with that. Would you put Old Man Logan for every turn special? I don't think so. So I think Odin here, if somebody... If I keep my Odin, and I have an Odin v Odin, I'm going to win because of the exhaust. Right? But it might still get super ugly. And in order to pull the Professor Xavier special, you have to let the Odin do a special. I gotta go get a Kleenex and just get some water. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I keep running into this issue where I'm the perfect height for every doorknob in the house to snag my fucking pockets. Cyclops will remove the battlefield effect? Well, there's not going to be a Cyclops if you pull the special. So, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Yeah, I just got Xavier. Um. So how do you clear this without an Odin of your own? I guess would then be the question. It's not a hard question. We just go in there and kill the Kingpin, right? And then we hit it with Immortal after that. We hit it with Immortal after that, right? Go in there with a Kestrel team. You kill the Kingpin before he gets it, before Professor X or even Odin goes, and then we followed up with an Immortal team to kill the Professor X. And then we got to clean up the solo Odin, something like that. Something like that. So what would I do to go before these guys? All of a sudden, she's looking pretty damn good with her speed stat on offense. You put overpowered on her, she's looking pretty damn good on offense to help you kill this guy. What else would I have? Couldn't use her. Too slow. Too slow. Odin would go first, so would Shadow King. We would want him for a potential like third hit. Gore could help us out for sure at 129. We'd want like a bunch of 129 characters essentially. Shadow King would also help us because his ping would go over here. We'd probably have to bring Echo to stop this. Can't use her. Too slow. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Wouldn't want to do that. Wouldn't want to do that. Wouldn't want to do that. I mean, she could. She could help. She could. I mean, she'll help kill the Kingpin. If all we're trying to do is kill the Kingpin, then we could definitely do. Oh, maybe we could do like a Guardian, Kestrel, Black Cat, Gore team to kill a Kingpin. That wouldn't be too hard, right? Is there somebody else that's innately fast? Oh, Robbie Ray is 129 too, right? I wonder if there'd be a way to kill the Emma and the Kingpin. I don't think you could kill the Emma because of the Odin heal that would happen before she would get any bleed damage. Mephisto, Odin plus Black Cat might beat this. The Might is doing a lot of lifting there. The Might is doing a lot of lifting in that statement. Yeah. I think I would go for a Kingpin kill, an Immortal second hit on the Professor X, and then a Odin cleanup. It would take me 3 hits. But maybe my opponent wouldn't know how to finesse it like that, so I guess we could leave this. I don't love or hate this, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I would love to have this as the cleanup for the Odin team, though. Gloatin villain, still Orchis APOC. I mean, you don't have to use APOC, no. He's an expensive mutant character. You don't have to use him. She would be really good to help get early damage here. Does she spawn with defense up by chance? Does Emma spawn with defense up? Or is that Shadow King that does that? Let me take a look. Emma Frost X-Men. Oh no, she spawns with defense up. To self and all allies. See, that's interesting. Because Songbird would flip that. So you could be hitting into defense down with offense up on some characters and maybe actually get some kills. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull Songbird off. I mean, your Songbird would need to be bigger for this to work better, though. So there's that, too, right? Kind of a concern there. Who would I put here? I guess if this doesn't matter. This is a nothing room, right? Whoops. This is a nothing room, so I don't know what, if anything, should go here. Especially when you take Songbird out, the rest just becomes useless. Should I just put an X-Men team back in here? Just some Sinister Six fodder? Okay, well, let's just do this shit that we were doing. Illuminati with Pavinal. See, I want my Illuminati back. I've been missing my Illuminati. So I want them back. He's so big. Hercules is a beast. Too bad he kind of sucks. She's got some retaliates too. I'll never use her, I don't think. It's like my makeshift retaliate team. I'm just like begging you to Sinister Six it though. Just begging for the Sinister Six here. I mean, it would still easily get Sinister Six, but let's just do this. Right? Or do we even do Morgan? Do we do Morgan here? To be slightly annoying. I mean, Sinister Six will pull this up. There's nothing you can do here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do here for it to matter. So does it matter? Does it matter to try? See, this matters. So taking this off would hurt me, which is why I'm hesitant to do it. But having this on offense would also be really, really nice. So do I want to enter Crucible from now on with 3 teams on defense? This team, which Silver Sable can sometimes just eat up. This team, which is probably going to get at least 1 win. And this team, which does catch people off guard if they fuck up. No, I still don't have Patriot maxed out. I ran out of Ultimus stuff to open up. Which, I kind of want to remedy that. Yeah, because I want more Howard the Duck and Havoc shards. Whoops, 1 second. But when are we getting Johnny's payout? Are we getting that before the Crucible weekend? So I still need 50 of each of them. Okay, I'll open up a bunch more Blitz stuff. Let's go do the Quasar event on the other account. I'll open up another 20,000. Confirm. Okay. Did you do 4 Orchis for X Global Villain? I did, and I used Fred. I don't think you have to do Scientist Supreme, though. I think you can get away with Zombie Scarlet Witch or Juggernaut if you like them in War. Or in Crucible, if you want to bring in like a different Crucible character, you can get away with that too. The Global Villain section is insanely easy. Yeah, it's just turbo easy. See, 2048 by 1536. You can do Nimrod, Lady Strike, Sentinel, and a Zombie Scarlet Witch. There you go. Sounds like there's options. I don't know if I'm going to get this done and edited in time. We got to haul ass a little bit. According to Atomize, I mean, my Patriot will be done long before that. My Patriot's going to be done through Ultimus and Battle World Store. Spotlight Orb is a scam for active players. Ugh. I don't have an Instagram account. I want to see the Marvel Strike Force stuff on Instagram. Apparently there's hints towards Madeline and Sinister reworks. Considering Agatha as 5th and wait for X completion to do Odin, full Starjammers. I don't think Agatha's a bad choice. I love the Night Stalker team. The Night Stalker team is great. So I would love to get 50. Oh, wait. Aren't we also getting Starjammer shards from some event that's currently running? Am I wrong? Or is that a pay event only? There was like 25 Howard, 25 Havoc all over the place, I think. I think there was also Patriot shards in there too. The Strike Salute, yeah. Scotty, where am I putting Odin on defense? For war. Okay, let's see if Renfrew has logged in for the day at all. It looks like he has. So I'm guessing he farmed the training material nodes. Because his Quasar is not ready. His Quasar was like 102. Unfortunately, I just can't do that for him. Can't bring myself to do it. Okay. I think he probably just has enough to do Quasar to 105 now. Maybe not. Whoops. He's on a vacation, so I'm covering for him. Doing his war tax was illuminating, you might say. Now, I do not think that'll be enough to bring his Quasar up even 1 level. It was enough for 1. Oh, and a half. Okay. We can get the rest of that done, and then we could use him in the Scourgy-wurgy. How high do I need to level up Vigilantes to complete the Quasar event? Not high at all. Can't you do like difficulty 5 to get the red stars? If you're trying to get all the gear tier 20, it's a little bit more. Did he do this? He did not do this. Okay. This is actually the superior use of your cores for things like gold and training materials. By Zue. So that right there was two orbs with the training materials. And that's everything, man. Is that enough? What do we think? It was enough. Well, it's just the price kill shot, I think, is what homie was getting at. Let me see his vigilante team. Game is struggling with lag. I think his vigilante team is actually still pretty big. 6 stars, 6 star. Oh, his team is bigger than mine. Doesn't have as much gear tier 20 because I have gear tier 20 on both of these. But his characters are actually bigger. That's interesting. Well, actually, my Hitmonkey 6 stars. No, my Sable 6 stars. My Daredevil is 5, but about to be 6. That's interesting. But he's lacking some T4s. Which ones? Basic, basic, basic. Okay. All right. I should kind of write out what I'm trying to do for this conversation. Do we want to do difficulty 9 and do all 10 nodes to get everything? Or do difficulty 10 and I think you can get away with doing a lot less? We do this. We do this. We skip this one. We do this. Sure, that one's easy. This one was fine. This one was fine too. This and this one, and I just didn't put this one on. But I guess you could. Just do everything but the health one. D10 with 50 mods. You can do 9 nodes. Oh, you only need 50 mods? Really? War Raid and the Quasar one. That's it? And you're good. For all the milestones, you're good. That's kind of crazy. Why would I not eat this one, though? I mean, I should definitely turn this one on just because this helps my vigilante team. So we just don't have to put any of the punishing ones on at all. Okay. Minus Electra. Oh, we're not going to use Electra. We're going to use Quasar because he stops speed bar on a lot of the end nodes there. Hey, Niggas Zone video. Help me beat Niggas Zone with all the vigilantes leveled up now. Would full vigilante team be able to do the city section for ProfX? They definitely would be, Jed, but don't put gear tier 20 on Electra. Put it on Blade instead. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Let's do a video. Let's do a video in 3, 2. Actually, deselect this. In 3, 2, 1. How's it going, everybody? We are going to be jumping into the Quasar event and doing a little pseudo guide. We're not going to do the same in-depth one we've done in past Scourges because, for better or worse, this is very, very easy to complete so long as you built up your Vigilante team and your Quasar legendary character, which is something I've been screaming you should be doing. First of all, Vigilante team is amazing, also a raid team. And Quasar, whether you like it or not, is awesome in war, but more importantly, he will eventually come together with a Nihilist to form a Megazord. So there's literally no reason not to build him up. So let's check out the rewards for this, and let's quickly talk about just getting the red stars. This is super easy. Getting up to like 657,000. My understanding is you can do this on difficulty 5. So if you don't care about all this crimson gear, then you can just kind of sandbag this and grab those red stars for Quasar really, really fast. My understanding is we're going to be getting all the way up to 7 red stars through the rest of the Scourges that come. So if you can't do it this time, because for whatever reason you skip Vigilante, then you just don't worry about it. You just get it in the next run of this in a month from now. But for the focus of this guy, we're going to be looking to get these pieces right here. In particular, these gear tier 20 pieces. Because although this is not my account, this is a smaller account we're going to be using, believe it or not. This actually helped me get ProfX unlocked. So I think it's really cool to try and get some gear tier 20 mythic pieces. Enough for a full piece. The rank rewards are these borders. These don't do it for me. They're not flashy enough. They're not interesting enough. I would have loved to seen a Vigilante theme here, or a Thunderbolts theme, or even like a more in-depth Quasar theme. The frames just don't do it for me as far as competition goes, so I'm not really going to be going into doing like a difficulty 10 max mod run, because honestly, it's just not necessary, and for me, those frames don't do it. So, we will be doing difficulty 10, but you can also do difficulty 9 with all the packs turned on, except for the life pact. If you do this, you will have to do all 10 nodes, is my understanding. We are going to do difficulty 10. And we're actually going to turn off all packs except for only the helpful ones. So, Harbinger of Annihilus makes our Quasar godlike. Home field advantage makes my Vigilante characters hit like Mack trucks. And then we're just going to turn Raid and War abilities on. That gives us a total of 60 mods on. Expected run score of 1.3. Mind you, we only need, I think it's 1.2 million. And we're only have to do 9 nodes. And the reason we're going to do it like this is because I like the challenge. Don't get me wrong. I like the challenge. I enjoyed beating this last node. This node was kind of interesting, and you did kind of have to do some interesting things in order to get through it. I did that on my main account. I'm not going to bother doing it anywhere else or again, because again, I don't care about the frame, and the milestone rewards were enough. So you can experience that final node if you want, but we don't have to for the purpose of collecting these milestones. So let's go ahead and start this off, and our team that we're going to be using the entire time is going to be the Vigilante with Quasar. And of course, we're taking Hitmonkey, not Electra. Now, this is not a small team. These Vigilantes, we got 6-star Gear to 20 Sable, 3 Diamond Gear to 20 Punisher. I believe it's 5-star Hitmonkey. It is a 5-star Gear to 19 Hitmonkey, and then a 6-star Daredevil Modern. The reason I'm going to do it on this account and not my account is because my entire Vigilante team is now geared to 20, and my Quasar has the red stars and all that stuff equipped, which we can do halfway through this run if we want, but is not necessary. They're all level 105. This is something that you should be doing on all your teams going forward, especially your event teams. They've given us so many reasons to build a Vigilante team. I'm sorry. If you're going to go in the comment section and tell me there's no way you can have a Vigilante team built up free to play, you're just wrong, okay? Manage your resources better. Sorry. I'm too sick to humor that sort of insanity right now. All right, so here we go. I will switch Daredevil to a, well, he doesn't have Fortifier. I would switch him to a Fortifier to make sure he's always vulnerable free. It's not super necessary in the Scourge, as we're not going to be getting one shot by strikers. It is just something that is helpful. Hit Monkey should be a striker, so we are gonna go switch that because we do want to make sure we are getting debuff extensions as well as extra bleeds and all that stuff like that. So let's go ahead and make that swap. And you know, while we're here, I'll make Daredevil a Fortifier as well. All right, let me do these changes, then we're going to start the gameplay. All right. Has it mentioned how the requirements of Vigilante or Thunderbolts or Quasar, and I don't understand what you're trying to say. Thunderbolts are not needed at all in this event, and they're trash. Just because we get enough resources free to play to max one team per month doesn't mean that free to play have enough resources to build Vigilante. I don't know if that's a sarcastic emoji face at the end or not. But if you're not building up your raid teams to the max, you're doing it wrong. And then, I don't know, the argument is that I should be able to go back and build everything. I mean, it's a game. I should be able to build everything and have a lot of fun. Okay, well, you're in the mobile industry. Get a grip. I just gotta blow my nose. Envoy tournament is tournament is today in 4 hours and 12 minutes. There's no excuse not to build your raid teams. Yeah. Okay. We're on the same page. All right, we're back. Our ISOs are all fixed up. So let's go ahead and jump in here. You could do Raider or Skirmisher on Silver Sable. I'm just going to leave him as a Raider. And I do have Striker on Quasar, but he can also be a Raider here if you'd like. Though I do find on certain nodes, because there's so many cosmic enemies, his Striker attack actually does really good, especially at these lower stars. Yeah, to speak on a little bit, that's a little bit crass earlier, chat was pointing out. Build the patch team during the patch. If you build previous teams, then you won't have enough. That is exactly right. And make sure you are not hoarding your cores. Farm the gold or training materials from those fragment nodes. Whatever you need to do, you need to be doing those 50 cores on campaigns to get the goods. All right, what are we going to do here? We do have to worry about the Valkyrie passive popping off. I will be able to decay everything, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll do the special here because it's going to put expose on a bunch of people. And I'm actually just going to tunnel down this Valkyrie as soon as possible. I don't know why I used the ultimate. I was relying on that, but I guess it's fine since we put Disrupt and Trauma. Okay, let's get her gone. So her passive procs. It is 100% chance, so it will do this to Beta Ray Bill, but everyone else was covered, so that's great. We'll take this group down on the left side now. So Kang fell down on his own accord, and then I do like killing Valkyrie right away to get her passive over and done with. After that, we have a lot of defense downs here, and then we have the Beta Ray Bill who has the offense up still. So I'm actually going to try and take the Beta Ray Bill down before he gets a turn. He is doing lots of healing because people are dying, but that's okay. We can do the ult now. He is a cosmic character, so watch this Quasar damage, even at 4 yellow stars. Just absolutely tanks it. All right. We can do the special. This will extend a lot of these nasty debuffs. Havoc fell down. If Havoc didn't fall down, I definitely would have been focusing him. Gosh, the healing this Beta Ray Bill is getting is kind of crazy. But with that ability block, he didn't do his ult to me, so I get to keep all my buffs, which is nice. Once again, we can kind of spam abilities. We just want to make sure that when the node is about to end, basically when there's 5 enemies remaining, this is when we want to start holding our cooldowns. Because we do not have Electra, and so we want to make sure we are going from node to node with Silver Sable Ultimate ready to go. and Hit Monkey for that matter. All right, I'll just do the special here because it's going to hit a lot of people. 7 enemies remain. I'll tell you what, let's go for a couple kills here. 5 enemies remain, but I can still use all of my abilities except for Quasar. I think Quasar's cost a little bit too much. I can do the special, though. All right, there you go. Oh, we're up to 4, so I actually should not have done that ability because now she's not going to have it up going into the next node unless I slow play it, which I will do. So I'll just basic this one gone. And then I'll special Laval. I'll special here. Quasar will basic. And then so because I killed one before doing the Sable, I wanted to make sure that she got another turn. So she'll get another turn, which will fill this. The kill will make Hit Monkey actually give me energy so that we are going to have all our abilities ready to go. Just don't use, if there is less than 5 enemies remaining, just don't use Service Sable or Hit Monkey ultimates is what I'm trying to say here. You can add Electra or Punisher for the easier nodes just so that you can kind of no-brain the event, which the event does kind of seem no-brainer-ish, if I'm being honest. But just play it better. Play smart. Doesn't hurt to play smart. Punisher, I find, does do a lot more damage than Electra does with the assist that he does on specials and obviously with his ultimate and everything. So I don't love putting Electra in over Punisher personally. All right, let's focus a little bit more on kill order here. So what I would really like to do is I want to make sure that she doesn't get to her her 3rd turn. Make sure he doesn't die. I don't even know how Quasar took that much damage, to be honest with you. I thought he was full life to end that last node. So lots of damage comes in. Let's go ahead and we're going to use a special because it's going to put Expose out there. We love the Expose from our friend. Now I'll do the ultimate. That's going to take the charges off of Green Goblin, and we're going to go for the Kahori here to start things off. We let the stun on her, so we could technically just ignore her at this point, and we could go for the Green Goblin. So let's go ahead and do that. We don't want his ultimate to pop off on us, so this actually works in our favor for sure. He'll die to that, so let's go ahead, and this lizard hasn't taunted yet. We'll go for the damage here. Good stuff so far. We'll do the special on this Peter B. Parker now, since he's the only one who's not stunned. Let's get that defense up and speed up off of him. We'll extend everything. So Hit Monkey actually jumps over locations. So we'll extend everything here. And yeah, that's why I really like Punisher. I like that assist he does whenever we do a special. We'll steal that speed up. Oh, it didn't steal it. Okay, it just cleansed it, I guess. We're stuck here, so let's go ahead and do the ultimate. It's fine. By the way, 0 awakened abilities are needed for this. Absolutely 0 awakened abilities are needed for this event. We're down to 7 enemies, so let's be a little bit more careful. We'll stun here, because once again, we just don't want to get Green Goblin ulted. They're both stunned, so turn our attention over to the Penny. Your Quasar was injured for no reason too. Okay, well, there you go. Oh, Pav, no speed up. That's only if he has speed up, though. So because our Punisher stole his speed up, he didn't have speed up at the time, so we should have been able to get it. So that seems like a wonky interaction. So it does seem like Quasar might just be entering these nodes with some damage for some reason. I'll bring that up to the developers. She's going to bleed out, so let's get a couple more slows over here now. We did land the slows, which is good. We got a vulnerable here. We always want to make sure we're hitting the vulnerables with our Vigilante. Never forget that we get speed bar for hitting into these vulnerables. Only 3 enemies remain, so I only want to do cooldowns that are 4 or less going forward. 4 or less. That's the name of the game. So we're definitely not going to use the Quasar ultimate. We're definitely not using that. Alrighty. Ignore that. So she's gone. She might die to those bleeds. I wouldn't want to take that risk, though. I'd rather Penny take a turn than Medusa take a turn with war stuff turned on. But it looks like that's not going to be a problem. So yeah, we just slow it down as soon as we notice this count is starting to drop, and we go from there. There we go. Okay, we'll just skip the story. So let's check our score here, and we're going to see when we can get Quasar red stars. That's going to make the mode a lot easier. I think we need... I want to say we need 600,000. Alright, so we know right away that these Liberty characters, once they get those buffs from Falcon... Oh, there's no Falcon on this node? Never mind. Yeah, this game mode's too easy. And this node and the next node are exactly why we do Vigilante and not Thunderbolts. First of all, Thunderbolts are trash in this game mode. When I was on my main account, I was trying to do like a burn attack with Thunderbolts on the boss node, the last node. They didn't get a turn. I was at hockey with my son, and I looked down my phone and said defeat. I was like, oh, I just loaded in and then started cheering him on. Because he went onto the, not the ice, not hockey, it's ball hockey. Went onto the rink, but the rink, anyway, there's no ice. And they died before I realized what was happening. Oh yeah, so Quasar is actually starting every single fight half dead. That's great. That's great. All right, so just like last time, we're going to start with the Quasar special, hitting center mass as much as we can, getting vulnerables on everybody. All right, let's go ahead and do one of these. And now what I'll do is I'm actually going to start taking down this Captain Sam. So let's land a stun on him. And then we're going to go back over to the center mass over here. Hitting into these exposes just does a lot of damage, which is nice. Lots of good stuff with the Quasar. I believe he does piercing damage whenever they get hit. You have to slow it down to see it, though. All right, again, let's get exposes over here. Quasar's ultimate is not bad, but his special is next level good. And especially in these long form game modes. Let's just go ahead and try taking out some of these characters. I'd like to get exposed with my Silver Sable if I can get it up quickly here. Either that or we try and push the Thanos before. So there's two trains of thought. You can either let the Thanos take your buffs off and just know that your Hitmonkey can reapply them after having taken out 5 enemies. Or you hit him with a trauma, you hit him with a stun. He still takes your abilities away, but he doesn't have like a follow-up special that does a lot of damage. Listen, I don't know if this is a size thing. I don't think it is. I prefer pushing the Thanos before you reapply the speed up from your Hitmonkey. That's personally what I would do. Alright, let's get some exposes over here. I want to make sure we heal up before we drop this guy. Get trauma out there. Good stuff. I'll stun this guy, I guess. Here we go. Now we have speed up on our characters again, which is nice. We'll try to take this guy out. So far, so good. Looks like we're going to get a quick push here, which is unfortunate. His passive didn't hit. So this could be very similar to the negative zone where both endgame Thanos don't proc their passives. It should not be related to the amount of stuns he has. That's not how it's supposed to work, but maybe it does. Maybe only one of these Thanos will pop their passive off in a given match. You guys let me know your experience with that. But yeah, endgame Thanos passive seems to be super wonky in all game modes, which is unfortunate because he's kind of like their new favorite problem to throw at us because of how uncircumventable his passive really is. All right, we'll start using basics to save our cooldowns. And it looks like we're really good to go. So yeah, Cap is telling me that he had stun endgame Thanos, the passive still hit. So it seems to just not have any rhyme or reason to that. I've had them both not pop out because of the stun. Interesting. So yeah, we still have no idea what the endgame Thanos stuff is like. All right, looking at this node. All right, should not have a problem here. The Quasar is going to do a lot of good stuff. I believe node number 6, Scotty was telling me node number 6 seemed to be the most interesting, which I think is going to be the node after this one. I know we're ripping through this pretty quickly. This is by no means a difficult Scourge as long as you have the characters built. It really is kind of just a build check. Though, kind of, you know, how you play around the endgame Thanos definitely helps. All right, let's avoid taking him out. We're going to get exposed on center mass right here. We like that. We'll get defense down and trauma on everybody. Good stuff. Try and take... I think we're going to try and take out this Hella as soon as possible, because I don't like how Hit Monkey's passive keeps going for the Greg. So we'll continue to hit center mass here. Hella's gone, which means Greg is not going to respawn. It also means that the zombie Ironmans can be permanently killed. So we'll try and accomplish that as well. And Punisher says, hold my beer, I got you covered. Let's hit center mass. Again, lots of exposes out there. Slows defense down. Once again, Quasar special is kind of special for this game mode. All right, good stuff. We will stun the blade. Now this man thing looks like he's going to take a turn, so let's try and work our way over here. No defense down on the man thing, unfortunately. Lots of people dying. We still have 11 more characters to play around with, so we're not worried about saving cooldowns just yet. Get more exposes. We're down to 8. I can do this one more time. Alrighty. We can stun him now that he's below 50. 7 remaining. Let's finish us off. This should bring us down to 5. Alright, so 5 remaining. So I can still use all my cooldowns, but after this, not so much. Down to 4. I can still use this one. So let's get that speed up off of Hank. We will just let the Hank passive happen here. I'm not going to waste ultimates and stuff like that we're going to need later. Let's get a slow... Oops, I meant to do that on the Oath. It's alright. We can do it on the Hell, I suppose. Hell is gone. So is the Greg. If we do this ability now, we actually would not get it back up for the next node. And because how impactful those slows are, I definitely don't want to do that. So we're kind of going to go into basic mode now. The slow from Quasar is really, really nice too, though. So don't take that for granted. All right, Daredevil not ready either. And you know what? Looking at it now, we probably could have used the special from Quasar, because the Hank Pym passive made it take all the way around until we were able to get it done. So maybe we were a little bit overly cautious on this one. Hopefully the bleed out happens here, if we're lucky. Alrighty, that's going to cleanse those offense downs. Ah, she still gets to go. How much damage is going to do? Whoa, that raid. Oh, okay. So now we know. Haha, didn't experience that on my first run. We got to kill that out before she takes a turn. So we will not let that happen again. Wowzers. Wowzers. All right. That oath was cranked. Yeah. Raid Oath. She ain't liking us just running through these nodes, is she? We could have done the Quasar special there, and we would have been in much better shape. So we'll just make sure that we played a little bit better. All right, yeah, we're going to hit center mass here. I still want to get the expose on the Captain Britain over the second zombie Iron Man, so I'm fine with that. We'll get the trauma disrupt out there. We learned our lesson about letting these oaths take a turn, so let's just stop that in its tracks. And yeah, let's just keep pushing the waves as fast as possible. Here, we'll go over here, since this seemed to kill everyone last time. So far, so good. More exposes. The Hank Pym was the problem in the last one, so if we can kill him a lot faster, that'd be good. It's not this Hank Pym, it's the second Hank Pym, I suppose. We can stun trauma this one. Blade also got it. It's good. Alrighty, we'll go for the kill here. Got it. More center mass, just hitting as many people as possible with it. I don't need to use the Silver Sable ultimate here. If we had packs turned on, it's like when an enemy dies, it clears all the negative effects. We would, but once again, the way the points are allocated for difficulty 10 is we don't have to think about anything. This is why we do difficulty 10 over difficulty 9, by the way. The enemies are not that much harder hitting. They don't have that much more life. and we could turn our brains off as far as the packs go. All right, I'll ult here. So I don't think it's worthwhile to use the special. I'll ult here as well. Let's get our speed up. Unfortunately, we haven't summoned in that Hank Pym yet. There's the Hank, there's the Hela, there's the Oath. All right, we can get this on the Oath at the very least. We know that she is ready just to wreck us here. So we're down to 4, but we do have a Greg, so this is energy for us. So I will use the stun here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use this Greg to get my energy back up. So I'll avoid hitting the Hela. I use the ultimate. We kill the Greg. That's extra energy to my Silver Sable and my Hit Monkey. That's the Hank Pym passive proc. Again, I'm just going to avoid hitting the Hela. So I'm kind of just using her for energy at this point. And now we have 4 enemies left. The passive already procced. I have this well in control. So now I can just kind of go about my business. All right, just get rid of the Oath. And there you go. So yeah, there you go. If we just be a little bit nicer to that Hela, she'll continue to give us energy and we don't have to worry about the next node not having the right energy. Excellent. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Is a Liberty node possible with full Vigilante and not including Quasar on difficulty 10? I only have enough training mass to take Quasar to the 70s. Yes, it is absolutely possible, Pancakes, because there's no Falcon on the node. Just make sure your Silver Sable is using her ultimate and Hit Monkey's stunning the more dangerous targets. All right, where are we now? We're at 700,000. We actually only have to do 3 more nodes. Let's go ahead and we're going to grab our red stars on Quasar. So it looks like by node number 4, we've amassed enough points to get red stars on Quasar, which is going to make him hit that much harder. So this will be part of the guide. Make sure you go and you upgrade your Quasar once he has those unlocked. That's actually going to be super helpful for him. You notice I only had the T4 and Quasar passive for this. And away we go. Without Quasar, the main issues are Null, Annihilator, and Oda nodes. Yes, because the stopping of the speed set with the Vigilante team is nice. The stopping of the speed bar is really, really big with Quasar. If you don't have the War Pact on, well, if you don't have the War Pact on, the Liberty members are going to be much less than they otherwise would be. All right, let's hit center mass again. Just going for the expose out there. Now, Silver Sable probably won't strip these charges off of the Nova because of the resistance that he gets. Yeah, we saw that resist sign. Yeah, so didn't get that off. Quasar, so we're talking about Quasar and how helpful is Quasar here. You can notice that Quasar is the reason why Weaver's not getting speed bar on hit. It's the reason why Nova is not getting speed bar when we drop him 20% because he's got the charges, right? So Quasar is super, super helpful here. Now, I don't think you need to have Quasar at level 105 for this. You just need to have the passives and all that kind of stuff, at least with the right ability levels for whatever stops the speed bar. And you can do what I'm doing. You can hide Quasar off in the corner away from Daredevil Modern. As long as you can avoid splash damage or a character like Omega Sentinel, then you should be able to get away with that. All right, let's go for exposes again. We got 13 enemies left, so I'll feel free to do the ultimate here. Yeah, Hitmonkey can do it special. One thing we would really want to avoid on this node is having the Nova do his battlefield effect. That would be really bad. That'd be real bad. You know what? I will do the special. I do like controlling this Omega Sentinel because of her passive. Still have 8 enemies remaining. I mean, there's no world where I would use the ultimate here. We want to wait for the next wave to drop in for sure. All right, let's just go for the finish on the Omega Sentinel. There we go. Still don't love this, but I will do it since we're at 7 enemies. So we're just going to do a little bit of damage here. And there we go. So we do not have the Special ready. I'll just do center mass here again. All Quasar's abilities are AoE. He does clear charged, but again, Nova seems to resist it. So I don't think you need to try and get cute with the Quasar buff strip. When you have the War Pact on, it kind of seems irrelevant too, by the way, because Quasar stops the Nova speed bar. All right, there we go. We only have 3 enemies left, but we would get 3 energy once these guys die, so we have no problem doing that. And now we're going to kind of chill. Nova just lost his last charge. Nova will do a special to start us off. He's going to do it into the Daredevil, but the basic from Quasar stealing 10% was just too much for his little heart to handle. Alrighty, we're continuing on. I'm a little concerned we're not going to hit the 1.2 million. That was node number 4. Oh, no, we are at 600,000. Yeah, we're going to hit it on node number 9. We should be fine. I did it with all the packs on because I didn't realize that you could skim out on it. So what do I need here? I need 120. I need 360,000. That is exactly how much we've been getting. So these are the last 2 nodes we're going to have to do. We're not going to have to do the boss node unless we so choose. I'll leave that up to you guys. The last boss node will take a couple of resets. And it'll take a little bit more strategy than is needed to get these milestones. If you are competing for the leaderboards, I don't really want to sway the leaderboards regardless. And then maybe we could kind of talk about things they could do to heavily improve people wanting to push, I guess. Because it feels like nobody wants to push this game mode. Nobody felt the need to push this game mode. Which is unfortunate because I think like historically we've really enjoyed pushing Scourges. Oops, I don't think I was supposed to do that. Hopefully this doesn't hit the Thanos. If it does, we'll back out. Oh no, we're good. Yeah, historically I think people have actually really enjoyed pushing the Scourges for certain rewards. Right now, back in the day, what we were pushing for. I wanted him to take a turn before I get rid of my stuff. Was character shards. I actually like that we're not fighting for character shards here, and the reason I like it is because the game is about toys, right? It's about the characters we get to play with along the way, and I like it when we get to all play with all the same toys. I think that makes it more interesting for PvP modes. It kind of limits the whale, dolphin, kraken divides. I didn't like that push. We kind of killed everything too fast here. I would have preferred to have him had taken a turn before all this happens. Seems like it's gonna end up okay though. So you notice I kind of waited as long as I could to push that Thanos because I wanted to rebuild my cooldowns up. All right, where was I? Oh, I like that the negative zone and danger room, especially danger room, was super free to play completable. Right, I beat it on a day 4 account. That was level 48. So that they're all very, very completable by anyone who's engaged. Though I do think there's a segment of the community that I'm part of that, right? And I know I'll catch flack in the comment sections for this. I would love for there to be an interesting carrot, a worthwhile reward for me to chase by really pushing my team to its limit. I'm going to do the ultimate here to get the charges off of Miss Marvel Classic. And that doesn't seem to exist in the game currently. It just doesn't. If you have built your vigilante team, there is nothing this patch that you have struggled to be able to do. I mean, maybe time-wise, like having to do the negative zone 14 times kind of sucks, right? Danger room on the 4-day-old account, it did take me about 3 hours to build up 100 danger tokens, and then from there I was able to get through it no problem. So time-wise is a different story. But I just feel like not really being rewarded for solving problems besides just which team are you supposed to build up, which wasn't the case for past trials and stuff like that. So I do kind of feel like that is missing from this trial. I like the danger room was super easy to get through with enough time. I like that the negative zone, as long as you have the team built up, you'd get through it because it was part of an event, part of that leaderboard. I think there's a lot of players that are going to be missing pushing pushing their accounts. Now, this was never going to happen for the Quasar Scourge. We knew that just from the communications, right? And then we knew it even more when we looked at the nodes and the requirements. The fact that Vigilante could be used on every single node and raid rules were going to be a thing that happens here means that this was never going to be interesting. The Vigilante team was too good. The most genuine competition in MSF is auction leaderboards. Be serious. I mean, it is, but does it have to be? So yeah, no one's gonna like what I'm about to say. Having raid rules and war rules is cool, but if both teams are raids and you don't even require the second team to be used, there was never going to be anything interesting here, right? So turning raid rules on, as you can see, raid rules, war rules is the 50 mods I need to do 9 nodes in difficulty 10 and get all the milestone rewards. So it was never going to be interesting because a raid team, the best raid team in the game, can just soar through all the nodes. What they've done in the past Scourges, which was a lot more interesting, is they'd have 2 different teams, right? And from those 2 different teams, one could be raids, one could be war, one could be crucible, whatever the case may be, and both of those packs would be a thing. So like for the Shadow King, and I mean the Shadow King is a terrible example because that was also super easy. We had arena rules and we had crucible rules. So what should have happened is you should have had interesting arena characters on the nodes where we're using our crucible characters. And we should have had interesting crucible characters on the nodes where we're using our arena characters. And that's how you can kind of make things interesting and show that cross pollination between the capabilities of their teams and how they measure up against different teams in their game modes. But that was never going to happen here. So that's why this mode is quite boring, I would say. That mixed with the rewards not really scaling based on your input, it's kind of a bummer. Man, it's such a tightrope to walk because I do not think they should gate the red stars on Quasar. I do not think they should heavily gate even the gear tier 20 pieces in the final milestone. But I feel like for every, 100,000 points further down, maybe they could have had like 5 more gear tier 20 pieces for people to push for, something that's interesting to them, right? Definitely should have had more difficulties. Definitely should have had at least up to difficulty 13 probably. If not 15, but I think 13 would have been enough. And the leaderboard rewards being cosmetic is perfectly fine. But it needs to be something cooler. Something cooler than just that frame. Because like we were talking about at the beginning, that frame, kind of boring, in my opinion. Kind of really boring. When we had like the Mojo and the Living Tribunal and it was the other one. It was Mojo, Living Tribunal, and Modoc. When we got those portraits, that was cooler than the frames, right? So not a different character portrait, but a different player portrait. A different player portrait. Like, what if we can get a cooler Quasar portrait for up top? And this, I'm not even gonna do this node. This node is fun. Maybe I'll do another video on it if you want. But this is all I kind of wanted to help people guide to, is getting all this fun Gear Tier 20 stuff at the bottom. I mean, skins would be the better ask for sure, right? Skins would definitely be the better ask. I think a nice middle point could be, you work away from frames, you work up into these character portraits. Like we had the cool ones, like the Modoc, Living Tribunal. We had the Watcher too. So if we can get like a really epic Quasar skin instead of just the regular one, I think that would also be something that people could push for. But I think definitely like the better call would have been a really cool Quasar skin. The same way we had really cool skins for Black Cat and for Nova. Let me see if I can find one of those. The demon skins, right? That came along with the Mephisto stuff. That would have been way cooler as a leaderboard reward for this. Some sort of Annihilus themed reward. Let me see if I can find even one of them. Where are they? There she is. Some sort of like Annihilus themed skin for Quasar would have been really, really cool. Like, this is awesome, right? This is not a chroma. This is like completely different. Something like that for Quasar would have been great. Some sort of like enraged Quasar, negative zoned themed Quasar would have went a long way. But yeah, I mean, listen, this Scourge, it wasn't the worst thing in the world because we do have a lot of other stuff going on at the same time, right? We have the negative zone to do daily. We have the danger room that people are still working on and still having a lot of fun on. So we have a lot going on in the game, and that's good. We have a lot of PvE stuff going on in the game, which is great. It just feels like one of these events, and not this one, It feels like one of these events should have been a little bit more. And people, again, people are gonna crucify me for this. Should have been a little bit more in depth. Should have been a little bit more competitive. Should have been a little bit more skill based as opposed to build based. Which I mean, okay, let's be real. Danger Room is all about build based. That's the kind of mode it is. This should have been more skill plus build based, right? And honestly, realistically, it should have been. Where's the rules? We're not gonna do this boss node. It should have been how Quasar has the Vigilante and Thunderbolts tag. It should have been that Vigilante and Thunderbolts and Quasar all share the same tag, so that I could have done things like bring in Taskmaster or Songbird with the Vigilante team, and there should have been like nodes where you really want to do that. Like we really want a turn one flip instead of Silver Sable's thing. So Songbird could come in and flip everything. Or maybe there's multiple turns of safeguard, like 3 turns of safeguard on everybody. So we want Songbird to come in there because she would rewind everybody by 50%, which would allow us to go in there like crazy like that. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed this chaotic video. That was supposed to be a guide when there's nothing really to guide on these notes. All right, bye. I noticed they made the Thunderbolt Showcase nodes more difficult than the last couple I've done. Made it not new player friendly. Which Thunderbolt nodes? I'm gonna blow my nose. Maybe Danger Room shouldn't have been cumulative score based. It really makes someone not want to push because it's just meh after a certain point, even though I complete the whole thing first day with no mods. Yeah, so I think Danger Room, again, Danger Room should have had more difficulties than just 10. For this game mode, I don't care if you have, like, Ceci, you got 3 diamonds on the characters, Gears 20, right? If I was you, I still wouldn't want to be able to clear that with no mods on. I would want it to go all the way up to, like, difficulty 15. Where if you have those characters, all of a sudden you could do difficulty 15 with all this stuff on. It should not have been cumulative, for sure. And the ranked rewards, I mean, these portraits are cooler than the other portraits we've seen. But again, these frames. But again, a skin or portraits would have went a lot longer than this. Yeah. As a free-to-play player, should I even try and get Thunderbolts? You're going to get them over time. They're going to have free-to-play release deaths. Every character in this game has a free-to-play release. You just have to wait for it. That's it. That's all. Just wait for it. It'll come. I tried doing the 3-star and 4-star Victoria hand nodes in the Thunderbolt Showcase event, and I couldn't do it at level 85 when I could do the Thunderbolt. So interesting. I was kind of disappointed after clearing on the first try. Yeah, I think there should be difficulties that... Okay, so here's what you could do. You make the rewards completable by doing difficulty 10, so everyone can get it, because they're trying to do that, right? They're trying to keep the rewards relatively flat, so that, I mean, first of all, it makes spending have a much bigger play in player progression. And I think they like that. I think spenders like that too. So you can continue to make those rewards kind of like flat, like everyone's going to get them. But you got to put something interesting in the ranked stuff to have people want to push. And then while they're pushing, they see that they're having fun doing it. If everything is beatable and easy by people who spend the most amount of money, it gets boring. It gets stale. What are the best, most economical, effective global villain characters for Xavier? It would be the Orchis characters with Phoenix Force, Omega Red. You can complete the milestones in difficulty 9. So I would not do difficulty 9 because you'd have to put on the other packs that are kind of annoying. Difficulty 10, you only put on helpful packs and you just kind of get away with it. Add an extra mission to the command center, do difficulty 10, max Scourge, complete run. Oh, that's not a bad idea either, Steven. I kind of want to re-record everything we just did. I kind of want to re-record because I feel like it was just so messy. I want to do a guide. I want to make a guide. I don't want to just be like, watch me beat the shit out of this mode. Yeah, you don't have to do the final node if you do D10. Video seemed fine? Okay. Do you think you'll core the Accurse? If I do, it'll be the last member. All right, do we get Patriot? Not looking good so far. Oof, not looking good. The game knows when you need a certain character and doesn't give it to you in the Ultimate Store. I promise you there's an algorithm. Oof. Oof. Where is this guy? Well, there's Howard. That's cool. What about Havoc? Holy shit, did we pull 0 Patriot? There's Falcon. We pulled 6 Patriot and 0 Havoc. Oh no, we pulled 12 Havoc. Okay. My god. CC only team? Yes, they are. I had a D10 all packs and finished earlier. I want to say with 3 nodes left. Yeah. For just your account. Yeah, maybe. But there's another event happening, right? How does this one work? I don't need her, obviously. Are these going to be pay only? Claim the Harbinger week 4 daily objective in the command center. So this should just be free then, right? This is just completely free? This is great. Why is no one talking about this event? Looks amazing. This is just free shit. If I was still keeping up to date on that baby count, this would be a fucking amazing. Look at the amount of experience you're getting here. Those are geared to 20 orbs. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Hold on, I should want to just open up the baby account and see if this event is even live on mine. I did not play it I didn't play it yesterday. The baby account. Because I can't. Command Center dailies. Yeah, that's no problem. Right? It's possible to do ProfX Hero Global without any Liberty. I don't know, man. Without Falcon, I would be very, very, very concerned. Very, very, very concerned. So is this one? What is this one? Just battling in raids. 3 times. No sweat. Yeah, no sweat. Don't applaud the event. They're doing what they're supposed to do. It's like clapping when a pilot ends up playing. What kind of bullshit is that? Sorry. Somebody made something in a video game that I like, so I shouldn't... What? I will not be kind. This is some fucking smooth brain bullshit. What? Okay. Yeah, exactly what Nick is saying. The war rules being turned on is rough. If you don't have Falcon, I don't think you can beat that Old Man Logan node. Because won't those panda pools just come and wreck your face? Oh, there's my 6-star Daredevil. It's not even that. If I had fun doing something, and I communicate it's fun, or I talk about why something seems like it's an okay decision to be made, it's like, well, don't say that. What do you mean don't say that? I'm just talking about something that we're currently doing. Yeah, but like, why would you... What do you mean? What do you mean? It makes no sense. It's not even about telling them they do something good. It's about... I'm talking about my experience on something. Like, whatever. I'm over it. You get so much gold, training materials. We're starting to stack gold up again. It's kind of nice. I refuse to buy them since they're in the. I'll go open another 5,000. How much do I need? I just need another 15 or 10. And for this one, I need 1. So we can figure out Ultimate Shards again. So I think we're back on buying gear to 20 only. After we get her up to 200 out of 300. It's 11:30. That Quasar recording was okay to you guys? Okay, whatever. We'll put it up. Which of the new Thunderbolts would you star or gear bigger? This gear to 20 trap objective is the command center is tempting. How impactful is it? I don't think any of them. If any, Songbird. If anything, Songbird, and use her on offense in Crucible against like Professor X teams. I wasn't mean. Uh-oh. What did you make? MSF Envoy tournament? Oh no. Am I gonna get ripped up because I couldn't find a babysitter?
Yeah. Welcome to the bug bracket test service live. No overpower, just static. 8 streamers dropped in. 1 dorky dropped out. Twitch chat, place your bets, let the salt pour out. Valley said, let's go smash it, but chat did that. Crowdsource king with a diamond stat. Twitch calls plays, he nods like a bot. Remove the chat, and he's losing the plot. Spreadsheet close, he's reaching for fate, but Twitch made the win, he just pressed wait. They just zooming, no time to think. Quick click ninja, gone in a blink. Full clear done while you still load. Move so fast, he breaking the code. Mind like calm, hands like speed. This monk gon' feast while y'all just blink. They should deep in that dairy mode. Stacking teams like secret code. Talk too long, timer gone. Team gets wrecked, prep was wrong. Think too hard, misplaced hex. Now he's crying in dev DMs and text. Zero joking, gameplay wag. Lost on load like a crucible hag. Meme team strong, W's rare. Even a curse said, bruh, don't dare. Streams on fire, drafts in smoke, and another L wrapped up in a joke. Came geared like a final boss. Dev said strip him, now he's at a loss. Max IRL, but nerfed in test. Whole damn tourney got him stressed from flex to wreck, no gear to show. Now he's cranking, cursed on Scopely's flow. Mobo's
Is it quiet?
takes his L's and starts to nag. Tweeting bugs while the squad gets rolled. Foreign profit with a heart gone cold. Talks real big, but the plays don't stick. Click and blame before click. Thunderbolts high, missing all cues. Drafting with Cheetos in yesterday's news. Moves like molasses, plays all wrong. Blames the lag while he hits that bong. Ain't no cracking, just spaced out vibes. Forgot his turn, but
Steven, I would assume the Thunderbolts Path Orbs are going to be replacing the Vigilante ones in the raids, like any day now.
still got likes. Mobile's whining mid to wine. Dorky's broke wheel took his pride. No test server, just Twitch outside. Hot sauce burn, no gear to flex. Sipping on cope and Twitch chats X. Spin that pain, chant that cry. Watch him roast while the big boys try.
All right, let me show you what I would have done in Crucible. If it was gonna be a tournament, what would I have done? I would have left this because at 7 red stars, I'm interested to see. Actually, no, I wouldn't have, because Silver Sable will demolish this, right? I think at 7 red stars across the board, Silver Sable's gonna demolish this. This guy's not gonna survive. I just beat the SK boss with Jean, Storm, Emma, OG Falcon, and Victoria Hand. No idea if that makes it tough. All the other nodes, though. You'd have to try the Old Man Logan node. Without Falcon to stop that speed bar, the 2 pandas get like so much speed bar, and they make that Old Man Logan pop off. I think I would keep this Professor X team. What Professor X mirror matchup can just crush this? No, I'm not going to be in the tournament today, Killshot. I had to pull out. My parents can't stay this evening to watch the boys. Something popped up with their condo. So they're still competing in 3 hours and 24 minutes, but I won't be. I actually, you know what? I will set my defense just in case they accidentally put me in, but I won't be streaming my attacks. I did tell them I can't, so I assume that they are gonna not put me in. But Uncle Sassy, he's a country away. I would do this. I think I would just throw a curse on defense. I think Dacier's gonna win. I think Dacier's gonna win. Yeah. Diamond Dave could be the dark horse. He's gonna have a big shift though. From not having 3 diamonds, because he's used to facing 3 diamonds versus 3 diamonds. 7 red star versus 7 red star is different. Is Duelam not in it? There you go. Has anyone asked about why the Thunderbolt and Vigilante showcases are ending a day within each other? I could have sworn the showcases normally end a month apart. They normally do. I'm guessing the Thunderbolts one is bugged. Dave became an envoy a couple weeks ago, yeah. It doesn't get me through them. Yeah, I don't think without Falcon Joaquim, I don't think you can do it. I think I would throw a Cursed on defense, but I'm not sure where. It would not be here. It definitely would not be here. A Cursed having... They have long cooldowns, so maybe putting them in this room would be better. And then we can shift this guy, maybe over here, into a nothing room. Dave has me banned in his channels, so I missed the memo. Cool. Yeah, I think I would put a Cursed in 3. I would put this team over in stage 5 for the nothing room. I would maybe keep this. They might lose their energy in 3. That's true. They will get hit. Yeah, you know, you're right. Maybe not in 3. Because somebody can go in with an Odin. Wait a minute. What does the Hood's cooldowns look like? Wait a minute. This could be super funny. What do the Hood's cooldowns look like? Are they... They're not in the website yet, are they? No, they're not. What's the cooldowns on the Hood? Does he start with ultimate? Is it ultimate that clears the battlefield effect? If so, that's hilarious. Except the defense you faced last week? True. True. Yeah, true, Nick. Mephisto will cook against the Accursed. They stopped the speed stat from Mephisto. But Mephisto will get some permanent damage off. Right? I also wonder if we're going to see Mephisto with the Accursed. If people are going to try that. Yeah, it's very interesting. They stopped hero speed stat only. Okay, Mephisto will fuck them up then. True. Very true. They stop assist to the Accursed? It wouldn't really matter. It sounds like if you can Mephisto and just instantly take out the Hood. Yeah. 3 p.m. Eastern is when it starts. It would be Mordo. You would drop Mordo. Although Mephisto Pact can get resisted since Hood passive. Mephisto Pact can get resisted. Which Pact? You would just basic him. Professor X will be in the tournament, yeah. Yeah. I don't think this is advisable to keep in stage 1 for the tournament. I think with 7 red stars, endgame Thanos, for 7 red stars Silver Sable, he's going to die. The only reason this is holding up for a lot of people is because the 3 diamond endgame Thanos survives a Silver Sable if she has 4 or 5 vulnerables. That won't be the case in the server, I don't think. Although he'll be bigger, so maybe that'll be different. Yeah, he'll be bigger. A Cursor in it as well, yeah. Yeah, the 7 red star Omega Red Phoenix Force might screw the Vigilante up, maybe. Talking about Vigilante kill shot. I think it's weird they are allowing a curse. This season will probably be closed to over by the time the team is fully out. Maybe, but you know, it's fun to see them in action. A curse doesn't get offense up, right? They don't really work well here. What about the permanent damage? Would permanent damage work for or against the Accursed team? Probably against them. Sale won't get a lot of vulnerables if Omega won't get his speed bar? What? What words did you just say? What does that have to do with anything? Is it Vigilante dedicated to Mephisto teams? No. I'm saying Liberty beats this room 1. I've been doing it. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely without the diamonds, they're not going to. I don't know what she wrote. Well, we used Dacer's room for Dorky's broken headset, and I like it because it's simple. I don't like it because the trauma part's broken, and I also think it's boring. It's simple and boring. So it's like the Scourge event. It's simple, but it's also boring. You know, it's simple, but it's boring. It's yeah. Oh, here, sorry. Let me get this started. Do you think I need to edit the Quasar thing at all, or do we just post it like that? I feel like there's just nothing. There's nothing on those bones. There is some things I could say about it. There is some things I could say about the Quasar event, and it'll make a little bit more sense. I could put in a little blurb, like a little golden rule sort of thing, like I've been doing. What is this? Microsoft Edge. Why is Microsoft Edge my default? It's disgusting. Okay. Do I have those golden rule slides anymore? Yeah, I do. Okay. The golden rules. Come on. When five or less enemies remain, do not use any more ultimate abilities. Target the most possible enemies with Quasar special. Avoid endgame Thanos until you avoid endgame Thanos passive until you can immediately reapply your speed ups. What else for golden rules? Global villain still Orchis and Omega Red? Yeah, it is reckless. Is it safe to assume the devs aren't fixing the exhaust plug on Mephisto for this tournament, so Vigilante will still one-shot Fisto defenses? Probably. Yeah, probably. Was there anything else? So it's like when 5 or less enemies remain, do not use any more ultimate abilities. Target the most possible enemies with Quasar special. Avoid endgame Thanos passives until you can immediately reapply Hit Monkey speed up. Let's just Hit Monkey speed up. Hit Monkey speed up. Was there anything else that I was doing consistently there? Anything else? Oh, follow vulnerables. Follow vulnerables. Mentioned his stun endgame Thanos is sometimes his passive proc. That has nothing to do with his stun though. Sometimes it just doesn't proc. It feels like it's a percentage chance on the negative zone Thanos and on this Thanos. I think that's it. I think that's enough. You know what I want to do? Let me do one of these. Can I merge all these? Sorry, I'm still dying. So this we want smaller. Okay. Just get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, that works. Wait, do I have it in here maybe? Turn this one off. There we go. Trigger Thanos passive only with Daredevil specials, so he has offense down for it. Yeah, I'll verbalize that. Yeah, give him offense down. Is it worth mentioning to clear Miss Marvel charge with Quasar? Maybe. Well, yeah, I'll talk about all that. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, before we get into the gameplay, let's talk about some golden rules that we're going to apply to these nodes in the gameplay. When there's 5 or less enemies remaining, we're not going to use any ultimate abilities specifically from Silver Sable or from Hitmonkey. When we have 5 enemies remaining, the energy Hitmonkey gives, because the raid rules packed, we'll make sure that they have it back up. So we want to make sure that we're going from node to node with our ultimates ready. Second big tip is going to be to use Quasar special, not his ultimate, on as many enemies as possible. We want as many of those vulnerables out there, all those nice defense downs, slows, and offense downs. I believe he does offense downs. That Quasar special does, along with those exposes, does a wallop of damage. The only exception to that would maybe be Miss Marvel Classic. Using the ultimate from Quasar there to strip the charges off is nice. Remember that you're not going to be able to strip the charges off of Nova because of that extra resistance he gets. There's going to be a lot of endgame Thanoses on these nodes. We want to avoid them until it is like right before Hitmonkey's turn. So what we would love to do is love to put offense down on those guys, whether it be from Quasar or from Daredevil Modern's special. Get an offense down on those Thanos, as well as the trauma from either Hitmonkey Ultimate or from, well, it wouldn't be Hitmonkey Ultimate because we're kind of waiting on that. From Silver Sable Ultimate, so that when he does his passive, he doesn't clear the offense down, and it doesn't hit you as hard. Because as you're going to see, it hits really hard if there's no offense down. All of them. And what we would love to do is line it up so that as soon as he does his passive, Hitmonkey's going to be taking his turn before most, if not all, of the enemies, reapplying offense up and speed up to your team, so you can go ahead and back to your snowball transitions, which is number 4, follow the vulnerables. Make sure you're hitting the vulnerables, as that is going to give you speed bar every single time for your Vigilante members and Quasar, because you got that tag in this game mode. And that's going to make these nodes much easier for you. All right, now let's get to the gameplay. Good enough. Are all milestones for Quasar / event attainable for a free-to-play account that doesn't have new teams at max star? Yeah, Husky, you could definitely do it with like a 4-star Vigilante team, as long as they're level 105 and gear to 19. You'd be able to easily max it out. I would love to have such an account to show people, because people will say that's not true, but it just is. me do one of these. Oh gosh. Gosh golly. Oh gosh golly. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Let's just check all the transitions in this before we post it. This is just, man, this is not what I want to do for videos. I want to have more effort, more production put into these videos. But it feels like, first of all, because of how easy it is, it feels like they're not giving me the meat to do something that has more production. And because they didn't let us playtest this, first of all, they should definitely let us playtest this one because it's so goddamn easy. And because there's no ranked awards, we absolutely should have been able to playtest this one and have the videos come out before the event comes out. Which, I mean, that gives the prep time to do a video on it, right? Like a good quality video. This is just, it's just slop content. It's just slop content. I hate it. I don't like doing slop content. Let's see the transitions. And, you know, while we're here, I'll make Daredevil. All right, let me do these changes, then we're going to start the gameplay. Let's talk about some golden rule. How's it going, everybody? God, this COVID is kicking my ass right now. I hate everything about this video, guys. I hate everything about it. I don't want to post it. I don't want to post it. I hate everything about it. There's no redeeming quality to this. How's it going, everybody? We are going to be jumping into the and doing a little pseudo guide. Why is it freezing? In past Scourges, because for better or worse, this is very, very easy to complete so long as you built up your vigilante team and your Quasar legendary character, which is something I've been screaming you should be doing. First of all, vigilante team is amazing, also a raid team, and Quasar, whether you like it or not, he's awesome in war, but more importantly, he will eventually come together with a nihilist to form a Megazord. So there's literally no reason not to. So let's just do this, and let's quickly talk about just getting the red stars. This is super easy. Getting up to like 650. For DD7, you have to bring Skrull, Major. 5. So if you don't care about all this crimson gear, then you can just kind of sandbag this and grab those red stars for Quasar really, really fast. My understanding is we're going to be getting all the way to 7 red stars through the rest of the Scourges that come. So if you can't do it this time, because for whatever reason you skip Vigilante, then you just don't worry about it. You just get it in the next run of this in a month from now. But for the focus of this guy, we're going to be looking to get these pieces right here. In particular, these gear tier 20 pieces. Because although this is not my account, this is a what is happening with my mic? Were you guys hearing that feedback the whole time? So I think it's really cool to try and get some gear tier 20 mythic pieces. Enough for a full. That's crazy feedback from the mic. Are these borders? These don't do it for me. They're not flashy enough. They're not interesting enough. I would have loved to seen a vigilante theme here, or a Thunderbolts theme, or even like a more in-depth Quasar theme. The frames just don't do it for me as far as competition goes, so I'm not really going to be going into doing like a difficulty 10 max mod run, because honestly, it's just not necessary, and for me, those frames don't do it. So, we will be doing difficulty 10, but you can also do difficulty 9 with all the packs turned on, except for the life pact. If you do this, you will have to do all 10 nodes, is my understanding. We are going to do difficulty 10, and we're actually going to turn off all packs except for only the helpful ones. So, Harbinger of Annihilus makes our Quasar godlike. Home field advantage makes my vigilante characters hit like Mack trucks. And then we're just going to turn raid and war abilities on. That gives us a total of 60 mods on. Expected run score of 1.3. Mind you, we only need, I think it's 1. As a free-to-play, I should be spending cores in the events for training mats and not hoarding them? Correct. You should be using your cores to do 50 core refreshes on the regular campaign energy, farming the training mat nodes, as well as the Professor X event and the showcases as well, farming, if you need training mats, the training mat node fragments. 2 million. And we're only have to do 9 nodes. And the reason we're going to do it like this is because I like the challenge. Don't get me wrong. I like the challenge. I enjoyed beating this last node. This node was kind of interesting, and you did kind of have to do some interesting things in order to get through it. I did that on my main account. I'm not going to bother doing it anywhere else or again, because again, I don't care about the frame, and the milestone rewards were enough. So you can experience that final node if you want, but we don't have to for the purpose of collecting these milestones. So let's go ahead and start this off, and our team that we're going to be using the entire time is going to be the Vigilante with Quasar. And of course, we're taking Hitmonkey, not Electra. Now, this is not a small team. These Vigilantes, we got 6-star Gear to 20 Sable, 3 Diamond Gear to 20 Punisher. I believe it's 5-star Hitmonkey. It is a 5-star Gear to 19 Hitmonkey, and then a 6-star Daredevil Modern. The reason I'm going to do it on this account and not my account is because my entire Vigilante team is now Gear to 20, and my Quasar has the red stars and all that stuff equipped, which we can do halfway through this run if we want, but it's not necessary. They're all level 105. This is something that you should be doing on all your teams going forward, especially your event teams. They've given us so many reasons to build a Vigilante team. I'm sorry. If you're going to go in the comment section and tell me there's no way you can have a Vigilante team built up free to play, you're just wrong, okay? Manage your resources better. Sorry. I'm too sick to humor that sort of insanity right now. All right, so here we go. I will switch Daredevil to a, well, he doesn't have Fortifier. This video is a mess. This video is a fucking mess. I hate every second of it. I hate absolutely every second of it. Every second of this video is trash. Every second of this is trash. It's garbage, and I dislike it.